morning, colleague journalists making up the press call here at the Presidency. The Honorable Minister Felix Kwabena, Presidential Spokesperson and Minister of State for Government Communications, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance, colleagues from the health sector, presidential staffers, development partners, and the good people of Ghana. I wish to thank the organizers of the Government Accountability Series for this important platform, which reflects government's commitment to transparency, accountability, and regular engagement with the people of Ghana. Today, I'm honored to present the work, progress, and vision of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, popularly known as the Mahama Cares Initiative. When President John Dramani Mahama took office, he made a sacred pledge that no Ghanaian should be forced to choose between their life and their livelihood. He envisioned a Ghana where a diagnosis of kidney failure, cardiovascular disease, stroke, or diabetes is not a poverty sentence for a family. Today, I'm proud to report that through the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, Act 1144 of 2025, that vision is becoming a life-saving reality. To understand the impact of the fund, we must first understand the pain it was created to heal. Chronic non-communicable disease account for 43% of all deaths in Ghana. Before the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, specialized care was a luxury. For the mother in Tamale needing a cardiologist or the father in Sefirioso needing chemotherapy, the barriers were overwhelming. They include high cost of treatment, a lack of equipment, and the concentration of specialists in only Accra and Kumasi. President John Dramani Mahama recognized this as a national emergency. The Ghana Medical Trust Fund is our response. The fund is a dedicated, well-funded vehicle to provide financial relief and world-class specialized care to every corner of Ghana. The fund seeks not only to support patients financially, but also to improve infrastructure, build specialist capacity, support medical research, and position Ghana as a leader in equitable and compassionate healthcare reform in Africa. The Trust Fund is financed through 20% of the National Health Insurance Levy, government budgetary allocations, voluntary contributions, grants, investments, and generous donations from patriotic institutions and individuals. At this juncture, I wish to express our profound gratitude to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, who led by example by donating 6 months of his salary to the Trust Fund. We are equally grateful to government appointees who collectively donated portions of their salaries in solidarity with the national cause. We also sincerely thank Corporate Ghana, philanthropic organizations, and individual citizens who have contributed to the Trust Fund. Your generosity demonstrates our shared belief that access to life-saving specialist healthcare must never depend on personal wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, the mandate of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund is clear: to mobilize resources to finance and support the provision of specialized medical care for the treatment of persons with chronic non-communicable diseases. In operationalizing this mandate, the Trust Fund works around 4 strategic pillars. First, financial support for specialized medical care. The Trust Fund provides direct financial support to eligible patients living with chronic non-communicable diseases such as cancers, kidney diseases, cardiovascular conditions, stroke, and other complex medical conditions. Second, investment in medical equipment and infrastructure. The Trust Fund supports provision of modern diagnostic and treatment equipment. The upgrades healthcare facilities to improve access to specialist care nationwide. Third, specialist workforce development. We are investing in the training of doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and allied health professionals to strengthen Ghana's specialized healthcare workforce. Fourth, support for medical research. we support research into prevention, diagnosis and treatment of chronic diseases to drive evidence-based policy and innovation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there have been questions regarding the relationship between the Ghana Medical Trust Fund and the National Health Insurance Authority. Let me state clearly that the Ghana Medical Trust Fund complements and does not duplicate the work of the National Health Insurance. Our national healthcare financing architecture can best be understood as a three-tier pyramid. At the base of free primary healthcare, which delivers essential primary healthcare services such as interventions in disease prevention and health promotion. At the middle sits the National Health Insurance Authority, which covers broad outpatient and inpatient healthcare needs. At the apex is the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, which focuses on specialized tertiary level care and supports patients where the National Health Insurance Scheme coverage is limited or unavailable. Secondly, while the National Health Insurance Authority is principally a health financing institution offering financial risk protection, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, by contrast, has a broader specialist mandate under Act 1144, covering patient support, infrastructure and equipment investment, specialist training, and medical research. Ladies and gentlemen, since assuming office on the 1st of August 2025, significant progress has been made. The Secretariat commenced full operation in September 2025. The Board of Trustees was inaugurated on the 13th of October 2025 and has since held a number of meetings to provide strategic oversight and direction. 4 subcommittees were constituted: Technical Oversight Committee, Resource Mobilization Committee, Finance, Investment and Administration Committee, and the Audit Committee. These governance structures have accelerated implementation of the Trust Fund's mandate and the President's flagship healthcare agenda. To ensure efficiency and avoid duplication, the Fund established a joint technical working committee with the National Health Insurance Authority. This committee was tasked with defining the benefits package to align with the conditions covered under the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, laying the foundation for nationwide rollout of patient support systems. One of the first things the Trust Fund did was to conduct a comprehensive nationwide needs assessment across 21 facilities, comprising of 6 teaching hospitals, 9 regional hospitals, and referral facilities in the 6 newly created regions. The findings revealed the urgency for retooling of our healthcare facilities. Across all facilities accessed, there were only 2 MRI machines and 5 mammogram machines. Additionally, there are only 2 radiotherapy machines within the public sector and 1 in the private sector located in Accra and Kumasi. In the entire northern sector of Ghana, there are only 2 practicing cardiologists, serving millions of people. These gaps expose the severe inequalities in access to specialized care and underscore the necessity of sustained investment. This assessment is guiding our major nationwide intervention program. One of our major achievements has been the construction of 3 state-of-the-art cardiology centers at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, and the Tamale Teaching Hospital, in strategic partnership with the Ministry of Health. These centers are being designed to significantly expand Ghana's national capacity for cardiology and vascular interventions. They will include catheterization laboratories, hybrid theaters, recovery wards, intensive care units, consulting rooms, dedicated oxygen systems, on-site pharmacies, and investigation laboratories. Ladies and gentlemen, the Trust Fund has also facilitated the distribution of critical medical equipment, including dialysis machines, ICU beds, and patient monitors to Sunyani Teaching Hospital, Holy Family Hospital in Techiman, and the Volta Regional Hospital in Hohoe. These equipments were first received as donations from medical equipment supply companies and were subsequently distributed by the Trust Fund to facilities where they most needed. On the training of medical specialists, the Trust Fund has entered into strategic partnerships with the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons to expand specialist training centers and decentralize postgraduate medical education nationwide. We have also established similar collaborations with the Ghana College of Nurses and Midwives and the Ghana College of Pharmacists to train 100 specialist pharmacists and 100 nurse specialists in oncology, nephrology, cardiology, endocrinology, and neurology. The Ghana Medical Trust Fund has made a strategic investment of 36,234,475 Ghana cedis into the specialist training program as part of efforts to strengthen Ghana's specialist healthcare workforce and improve equitable access to specialist care nationwide. Through these partnerships, all regions of Ghana will benefit from expanded specialist training. These professionals being trained from all regions of Ghana will be required to serve in their local communities, ensuring that expertise is not a city-only privilege. Ladies and gentlemen, strategic partnerships remain central to our success. Our partnership with the Telecell Foundation has resulted in the provision of state-of-the-art cervical cancer screening equipment to Sefirioso Government Hospital, Kolibu Teaching Hospital, and the Tamale Teaching Hospital. We have also established a major partnership with Project Cure, which will facilitate the donation of medical equipment and supplies to hospitals across Ghana. And there are many more partnerships currently under development that will further expand and improve our impact. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that the Nationwide Patient Support Program officially rolls out in June 2026. But before that, the Board of Trustees approved the pilot phase, including 50 patients in the month of February. This allowed us to test our systems of patient onboarding, treatment monitoring, and claims management. These beneficiaries, drawn from across the country, received support for heart surgeries, brain surgeries, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and orthopedic surgeries. Over 4.8 million has been expended in the treatment of these patients so far. Beneficiaries ranged from 6-month-old babies to 85-year-old persons, treated across 11 hospitals. Ladies and gentlemen, preparations are far advanced for the official rollout of the Patient Support Program in June 2026. Following consultations with the Technical Oversight Committee, leading subject matter experts and stakeholders, the Board of Trustees approved an initial benefit package focused on cancers. The package currently includes comprehensive support for breast cancer, cervical cancer, prostate cancer, and childhood cancers such as leukemia, lymphoma, soft tissue sarcomas, retinoblastomas, and nephroblastomas. Additional disease conditions will be included in the benefit package by the end of the year. Leading oncologists from across the country have been engaged to refine and update standard treatment pathways for these conditions. Additionally, the National Medicines List have been updated to include newer and cutting-edge technologies and therapies. To benefit from support under the Trust Fund, an applicant must meet 3 basic eligibility requirements. The applicant must be a Ghanaian citizen, an active National Health Insurance card-bearing member, and must have a medical condition that falls within the approved conditions supported under the fund. It is important to clarify that patients cannot walk directly into the Secretariat to request for support. The process is digital and dignified. Applications are initiated by specialist clinicians at our enlisted hospitals via dedicated digital platforms. The Patient Support Program will initially be delivered through 29 enlisted hospitals strategically distributed across the country to ensure equitable access for all Ghanaians. These hospitals include 1. Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Konfuanochi Teaching Hospital, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Tamale Teaching Hospital, Ho Teaching Hospital, Sunyani Teaching Hospital, the Efia-Nkwanta Regional Hospital in Takoradi, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Eastern Regional Hospital, Winneba Trauma and Specialist Hospital, Volta Regional Hospital, Kumasi South Hospital, Northern Regional Hospital, Upper West Regional Hospital, Upper East Regional Hospital, Sefiyoso Government Hospital, Gosu Municipal Hospital, Bole Municipal Hospital, Rara Government Hospital, Holy Family Hospital in Techiman, Baptist Medical Center, University of Ghana Medical Center, popularly known as UGMC, 37 Military Hospital, International Maritime Hospital, the Bank Hospital, Trust Specialist Hospital, Uracare Multi-Specialist Hospital, the Aisha Hospital in Tamale, and last but not the least, St. Michael's Specialist Hospital here in Accra at La Paz. To support efficient implementation, the Trust Fund has developed a robust digital platform that integrates with hospital management systems for patient onboarding, clinical auditing, and claims processing. Installation and training have already commenced across participating hospitals. We have also completed a standardized costing and billing framework to ensure transparency, accountability, and uniformity in service pricing nationwide. To enhance this process, trained patient navigators have been deployed in all enlisted hospitals. These navigators are central to the success of this program. They will assist in completing enrollment forms and also assist patients and families in understanding treatment pathways and help them navigate the entire continuum of care. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead, our vision for the Ghana Medical Trust Fund is bold, ambitious, and transformational. First, we envision massive nationwide investment in health infrastructure and equipment. Our long-term goal is to establish comprehensive oncology and cancer centers across Ghana. This vision is informed by the current reality that Ghana remains severely constrained in oncology care capacity. As mentioned earlier, there are only 2 radiotherapy machines within the public sector and 1 in the private sector located only in Accra and Kumasi. As a result, patients from across the country must travel long distances and endure prolonged waiting periods to access care. In some cases, patients wait between 2 and 3 months before receiving treatment. Additionally, the country faces significant shortages in PET scanners, MRI machines, and other specialized technologies. It is therefore our vision to establish at least 3 comprehensive cancer centers capable of providing integrated diagnostics, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and advanced treatment modalities, including technologies such as the Gamma knife systems and state-of-the-art diagnostic centers across the country, starting with the Ridge Hospital as our pilot project. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund represents more than a healthcare financing institution. It represents hope for families. It represents dignity for patients. It represents government's commitment to ensuring that no Ghanaian is denied life-saving specialized care simply because they cannot afford it. We remain committed to transparency, accountability, prudent and stewardship of public resources, and equitable access to care. I wish to thank the vision bearer, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for his insight and his contribution towards the Trust Fund, the Minister of Health, Honorable Kwabena Akando, for his supervision and policy direction. We appreciate our distinguished Board of Trustees, chaired by Mr. Tony Letha, for their strategic oversight on the fund's operations. Let me take this opportunity to specially thank the Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Asari, Victor Asari Bampo, for his continuous unwavering support. We are very grateful to the CEOs and medical directors in the various hospitals for the warm reception and readiness to collaborate with the Trust Fund. To our doctors, nurses, and all healthcare workers across the country, we are grateful for your dedication to providing healthcare to Ghanaians. To our development partners, Corporate Ghana, philanthropic organizations, and every individual who has supported this cause, we say God bless you for your contributions. Our doors are always open to more collaborations and partnerships. Finally, to the good people of Ghana, this trust fund belongs to us. Whether you are a corporate entity or an individual, you can help save a life today. Simply dial *255# on any mobile network operating in Ghana to contribute to the fund. Let us continue to build a Ghana where healthcare is a right, not a privilege, and where Mahama Cares is not a slogan, but a lived experience for every citizen. Thank you, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you very much. All right. Because the demands exceeding our resources. Am I right? Yes. I think that we do the actuarial analysis before we decide to deal with a particular condition. So if I may tell you, because we have decided to roll out with the cancers, actually our analysis have been done. We know the figures that we'll be confronted with, and we are ready for it because we think that in our budget for this year, we can get that kind of money to treat these cancer patients. So everything we do is well thought of and well planned, and we are ready to roll out with the cancers. So I'm not sure that we will exceed our resources. And as I said, if we had decided to roll out with all the conditions at once, that was going to completely collapse the trust fund. And that's why when the experts came together with the board of trustees and all the subject matter experts that we were dealing with, they decided that they were not going to roll out all the conditions at once. They were going to do it one at a time. So as and when we roll out the cancers and we see how it goes, the figures and everything, then we make a decision to maybe add the cardiovascular conditions before we add the stroke, before we add. So by the time we get there, I'm sure government itself would have made a decision on how to fund the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. I always tell everybody that at the end of the day, government is treating the Ghana Medical Trust Fund as a pilot for now. I'm sure that when they see what we have done and what the figures are, eventually, I'm sure by the end of the year, government will make a decision whether we deserve a direct source of funding or whatever it is that they want to do to help us to take care of these conditions. So please keep your fingers crossed. Assurance that most vulnerable get support. I think that because the specialists are the ones that are onboarding the patients, that's helpful, because most of these specialists clearly deal with you. They know what you're going through. They even see those who need help and those who do not need help. So I'm sure that they themselves will know who to onboard and who they think that this one, I'm sure this patient can finance his or her health care. So let me leave this one out. So I'm not sure that they will have their favorites on board. I trust these specialists that we're dealing with, and especially because of the cancers, we know that these specialists, they have their patients at heart, and I'm not sure we're going to have such issues, but as and when we get it, I'm sure that we are fully equipped to deal with it. Success. I need to measure my success. I think that you should be clapping for us. For we've been in operation for 9 months, and I'm sure that if you had heard me right, we have done a lot. And I think that this is just the beginning. Going forward will be better. But I am happy about what we have done so far, and I know that if given the chance, we will do more, and the Ghana Medical Trust Fund will be the talk of the African countries and even the world. So I think that measuring what we have done for 9 months, I think that is important to see that we have come far. Renal Patient Associations. I haven't met them yet, but I know that we are dealing with the Kolebu Renal Center, and I think that even the head of that department is part of our subject matter experts. So I will have a conversation about that later, and I will understand the issues because you say that they are not being treated fairly. I need to understand the issues before I make a comment about it. Sources of funding, and that's exactly what I said earlier. I think the government itself, by the end of the year, will analyze what the trust fund has done with the budget that they've given us, as in the 20% of the National Health Insurance levy and all the support we have gotten from individuals and corporate institutions. And then we are also talking to some funding agencies. I'm hoping that by June, going into the end of the year, we'll get some support from them also. So we are working very hard. I'm sure that if you have heard the news, just last year between September and December, we got donations from individuals, corporate institutions I think about 6.8 million in donations from corporate institutions and individuals. We have people who simply have even put their whole monthly salary on the fund. Their whole monthly salary goes straight into our bank account. And there are people who simply think that when they contribute to this fund, its success story will be very high. So we are looking forward to more contributions. Just from the beginning of the year to this month, May, we've gotten about 7 million worth of contributions from individuals and corporate institutions, and let me give them the credit. Sometimes you don't even go to ask. You sit down and they call you to come and take a check. And I think that many people understand exactly what this fund is about, and they are not resting. They simply want to contribute, even if it's just 1 cedi of what they have. So I think for funding, we are doing well. We intend to do more. And as and when we get the funding agents, the big funding agencies, to support us, I'm sure that the people of Ghana will hear about that. And then procedure for onboarding. I think that I spoke about that earlier. You have to be a National Health Insurance card-bearing member. You must also be a Ghanaian. And then there's something that we keep getting. Many people want funding to go to India, to go to abroad to get treatment. Let me announce here and now, we do not support any funding out of the borders of this country. So if you see many people tagging us on Facebook and all other networks and asking us to support a patient who wants to take a trip to India to get further treatment, please count the Ghana Medical Trust Fund out. Because that money that we spend on one patient to go to India for a treatment, we can use that for about 20 patients in country.
For clarity, what if the diagnosis shows that we simply do not have capacity present in Ghana? I do not know if we simply do not have the capacity to treat that ailment in Ghana, and that the only way to help that person is to take him or her abroad.
That's where the Ghana Medical Trust Fund ends.
Even if the cost is within your...
Anything beyond the borders as stipulated in the Act is beyond us. Mechanism put in place for claims. What we have done is that we have really worked on that. We do not want any delays. The Act says that we should be able to pay claims within 14 days. We have told ourselves in-house that we are paying claims within 7 days, because we know exactly what it means for a patient, a chronic disease patient, to be ill and waiting for money for treatment. So I think that we will not have a problem with claims. And I think that when you talk about the National Health Insurance, I'm not sure that since Dr. Victor Bampo took over, you have heard anything about delays in claims. So that is a thing of the past. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So we'll take the next batch of questions, and then we'll move on to social media.
Okay, good morning. I'm Salamat Kukwapinto. I'm with the Despite Media. I think that she did justice to the first question, which is the impact that Ghanaians should expect a year by this time.
Okay.
The impact that Ghanaians should expect from the Mahama case. The second has to do with the funding. I would like to find out from her, how is she ensuring transparency in the disbursement of resources to avoid abuse or politicization? And the third question has to do with, I want to find out from her whether there will be a public accessible database showing how the funds are going to be utilized. Thank you.
So the first one was about abuse. I'm not sure about abusing the fund. Clearly, we have the auditors coming in, our board of trustees, all the mechanisms that will keep us in check are in place. So I'm not sure about there being any abuse. And then for these specialists who are onboarding these patients, I'm not sure that they can decide to abuse that system also. I think that's I'm not sure that anything like that will happen. And until we detect anything like that, I'm sure that it will be difficult to discuss it. And then it takes me into the accountability that you asked about. And I think that many people, we get RTIs and all, people asking us how many patients we've treated and how we should put the information out. Let's just be a bit sensitive about it, because these are medical reports of persons that we can simply not put out. But when it comes to the audit purposes and accounting purposes and all, the information is there, it's clear, and we know that we are up to date with all the disbursement and everything that we have expended from our account. So that one, we will be clear about it. But I'm not sure about waking up one morning and just publishing the names of people who have accessed the fund and then how much has been spent on them and all. And you know how many people deal with such situations. They just pick the information and deal with it anyhow. I think that for that one, we will manage it properly so that we don't have any problem like that. And 20% of the national health insurance will affect its coffers. I think that we have been for 9 months, and then I think that for last year we got a budgetary allocation. This year we have national health insurance is still paying its claims and they are not complaining. So I'm not sure yet if 20% going to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund will bring the national health insurance down. And as the minister said, maybe Dr. Azari Bambo is here, I'm sure he himself can speak for the national health insurance if the 20% that is being given to us has affected his work yet. And then the Vice President talking about Tamale and all. I'm happy to announce that we are not only operating in Tamale. We are there in the Tamale Teaching Hospital, but we are in other facilities in that zone. Northern Regional Hospital, you can access us from there. Upper West Regional Hospital, you can access us from there. Upper East Regional Hospital, we are in Bole Municipal Hospital, Baptist Medical Center, at least about 7 facilities up north. So I'm not sure it is only in the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Thank you very much. Anything I missed? And that's why I said earlier that that's why we didn't roll out all the conditions at once. We have started with the cancers, looking at the figures and how much we have, we will keep adding. But at the end of the day, I know that by the end of the year, we will account to government, and government will see exactly how much has gone into it, what we've done with it, and they themselves will make a decision for next year's budget. So I keep insisting that this is a pilot for government. It's our first year in operation, and I'm sure by the end of this year, as we account, government itself will make a decision. So I'm not sure we'll get there yet.
Thank you very much. All right, is there any other question? We would make an exception. Pardon me, Odame. All right, Odame, we will take a decision on that. But Madam Bobie Opokudako, many Ghanaians on social media also have questions for you. And I would like to take a few of them, if you do not mind. Someone wants to find out whether the Ghana Medical Trust Fund has any room for persons suffering from spine-related ailments. Someone mentions cervical spondylosis. So you may want to look at that. Someone also wants to know whether persons suffering from diabetes are eligible to benefit from your outfit's financing. Someone also wants to know whether they will not go through stress in order to access.
Thank you very much. Kindly resume your seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Even the heavens are looking favorably on this event, and so they've given us very beautiful weather for this morning. Dasibre Osaibonsu III Bamponghene, who is representing His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, our Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakuhene, our Minister for Works and Housing and Water Resources, Dr. Kenneth Gilbert Ajay, our Honorable Member of Parliament for Bosomtwe, Honorable Dr. Yao Educhum, Mr. Ralph Roland, Board Chair of the State Housing Company Limited, Mr. John Sharif Bawa, Managing Director of the State Housing Company Limited, and your hard-working staff, the clergy and imams, invited guests, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a singular honor for me to be here this morning to stand on this historic ground to cut sod for the Green City Housing Project and to mark the start of a new phase in Ghana's long and evolving housing journey. Your Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, I pay my profound respects to you. The Ashanti Kingdom remains the enduring heart of Ghana's cultural heritage, defined by resilience, wisdom, and a deep commitment to progress. The decision to site this project here is both symbolic and fitting, and we're very grateful for your generosity in making this land available. It is yet another demonstration of your unwavering dedication to your people's welfare and advancement. Ghana's housing challenge has become more pronounced and demands clarity of purpose and decisive action to resolve. Our national housing deficit is now estimated at over 1.5 million units. This reflects years of failing supply short of demand. Rising land values, escalating construction costs, and limited access to long-term financing have placed ownership beyond the reach of many Ghanaians. The result is clear. Informal settlements continue to expand, slums, and too many of our people are living in substandard conditions. This pressure is intensified by the rapid urbanization currently taking place in our country. Today, more than half of the population of Ghana lives in urban areas, and projections indicate that this could rise to about 70% of our population living in urban areas by the year 2050. Cities such as Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi will continue to grow rapidly and will be swamped by the migration from other parts of the country. If we do not therefore act urgently and at scale, tomorrow's housing crisis will far exceed what we're experiencing today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government's reset agenda is not just a slogan. It is a commitment to rethink how we deliver housing, infrastructure, and opportunity for our people. At the heart of this vision is a simple yet powerful belief that decent housing is not a privilege for a few, but it is a right for all our people. Access to housing improves public health. It strengthens educational outcomes. It boosts productivity and stabilizes communities. A nation that is seeking development must house its people with dignity. We are therefore implementing a comprehensive housing agenda that addresses supply, improves affordability, strengthens tenant protection, and reforms housing finance to reflect the reality of Ghanaian incomes. Progress is already underway. The Saglemi Affordable Housing Project, which was begun in the previous term of the NDC, is being prioritized for completion. New social housing initiatives driven at the district level are also being rolled out to reduce financial barriers to ownership. We're also pursuing geographical equity. Housing must not be confined to only major cities. Regional and district capitals must also benefit from our housing initiatives. A low-cost housing scheme for public sector workers is being implemented in partnership with organized labor and financial institutions. Nurses, teachers, doctors, and civil servants must have access to safe and dignified homes. At the height of this effort is an innovative housing financing framework anchored in a 3 billion revolving fund. This fund is going to be in partnership between government, organized labor, and the private sector, and it will enable workers to acquire homes in cities with manageable long-term repayments. So what is going to happen is government, organized labor, Social Security and National Insurance Trust, and the Republic Bank of Ghana are going to create a 3 billion revolving fund. And so companies like SHC, TDC, and all the housing companies will be given credit from this fund to build houses. And then the banks will give mortgages for the workers to buy the houses and pay over a 15-20-year period. And let me also announce that these houses are going to be indexed in cedis, not dollars.
Hey, Asamo. Sana Morino Diesi and Sa. You soon any more, you soon a chesa. Sana Kwame Kwache de Yame. Bommy and a pub bommy, we are. In a crack of bommy and you grab bommy and a joke. I'm quite a day. I was what to say. And Bomba Cordia. You are the right place. A higher efficacy. Makata say higher rough. A higher Mogov. A higher body tough. A higher Accra. 100.5 FM. Edia kwekuata kakra. Obire du. Ani akoso edi ade to me. Aya kwesi apia preku. Panyameti asene ka homa me. Mahutadi Aya Otavridja. Which our time check from the studio reads 53 minutes after 2. Of course, it is the 11th day of the 5th month. And so therefore we profess and we say, now there's none like unto our God, who was, who is, and who is to come, whose power surpasses that of all. Of course, his name is Jesus, the Christ of Nazareth. He's my Lord. He's my Savior. He's my King. My future King. He's my hope. Rock of Ages. So the book of Psalms, the 91 says, and he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will serve the Lord is my refuge and my fortress, in God in whom will I trust. For he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. Baby, I'm in the bar. Was a pim beto benkum. No pidua to toe nympha. Now dear Barene cow. Now will not be what the boy for a ketia. Onyamia be Mazin Nadana. No day away. No day. Is any? I want to as way. No Alafia mama. So Munyane. Remy Bon Ramon comedy moi. I'm to boy because Apoka noir. Cordia. Nayan Kombi Sebise Hunsembi. Whatever, thank you so much. So do every day now to Accra 100.5 FM. We are live on Facebook. Accra 100.5. Yeah, Bobie didn't come on. And come on, huh? And the traffic break causes a baby don't see a baby game. There, I can't, you break a son of Bravo. About your oral cases in court. This week, I am Moody our hand. The one I say, how my penny John Dramani Mahama. Samusu Bow. And one Francophobia and Quankojina and Brasem. And that's a brandy membrane of Wendy. No one GSC is doing so much. We are now, Maya. A best saying Akufu Adu dear MPP. Part in the back opposition. Yamina Maker. A NDC chita for an eka. And this week, the cases were caught. And there be a criminal court 4. Odenia Republic versus Asamoah. And then come here, dear, if you so, mammy. Watch us, we be a Antimwana Mokasa John Dramani Mahama. Cases, no. Ora, no. Bobaba. Wobidium. Wukia debut on criminal court 1. Honson Samuel. Bidiasem. Specialized court 1. Yawa debut on Bobaba. Ayahu. Membrane of Wendy 1. Yawa debut on All right, criminal court 4. That is today. The Republic of Ghana versus Asamoah and Ansah. Skytrade, who's in Zemia? Cross-examination and third prosecution witness. Anobea Koso. Criminal court 1. Republic versus Akwontaminen. And 3 others. Nimiri Forest Reserve mining case. First prosecution, cross-examination, that is today. On my ear. Anopea also. And I say, watch it also. Onyamiya Domwa. What are you made to be there to do me, you know? Specialized court 1. Republic versus Kwabena Edu Buahen and 2 others. Cybersecurity software scandal. Cross-examination of third prosecution witness. And I do me a near. What's I do me a near boy? Criminal court 4. Republic versus Asamoah and Ansah. Skytrain on some cross-examination of third prosecution witness. Criminal court 1. Akwontaminen in sense 7 Obekoso. Yawa danso sa Kwabena Edu Buahen. Ene nipa mi eno be. Ewe ya wan komo aye ba be die. Kwabi kwachi isia. One of the last time I we trophy. Na trophy to be to ka konsa wam. Trophy ngona. Ngocho. Trophy de ado. Oh yeah, now watch it. Yeah, the uncle. I'm sad I'm a deep pan or pan tea bread. But I'm a tehona many PP. As I got to that bank, that's what it is. Wherever you are. And come on, more, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, didn't come on. Landlord Association for I didn't say me about. On the press release about Sabana Moka. I'm saying I'm for so Amujiska. Amujiska kasi I say that be no crap. Munjis Kebiasa. Wala Busia, Ayafikashem. And I pay more money, Eshibomo, our television, so was I'm a name in Yaba. About Pajati, a dinkomo. You didn't come out now. One minister, Roch minister, Yura governs, and I want them. Now, what for the beach, and I pay with the one your TV, Nibian, to when you've been here. And no time I say, yeah, but better in your medi. Construction air cost war. Yatiti, any media, Guru Subinam, together with the Honorable Transport Minister. And I wrote minister story. And one of a year Juma, Nejumano Eswini. Obaya Wahman, my uncle, and any uncle didn't come more. So Moba, a Piaman no Jane, and ya, my hair.
Catch him a Joso.
Come catch and I will say, would you condemn?
Maybe I will you condemn, I may catch and say, I was said now.
Would you condemn?
Madam, for other country,
Madam, Mamma,
yes,
Yana, a poem and tell what to say, Mudu Hono.
Near the appointment, you could for your man. Catch your kaya, I wouldn't say bypass road. Yeah, you walk Accra road, no. They are saying you Nana, we have a minister, the Quakoshe, to be a woman. And see, what most a contractor, Senator Donna, no more precise. Meaning, I could use the custom. And see, a minister, contractors, no Asia. Now, we share genuine concern, and now more raise here. What most a cash, Yamia more may pa my answer, science, and one car. And now you're able to be up to Chrome Hanuma, young Hoshe, Cabados. It sounds a contractors, and it's Sika was a buying the back. Now, commodity compensation and so much to a Jumanasono. Sika Mama. And see, Osha Konongua, Obakaya, Osa Kokwea Foa. Now, a more honor in case and say, Bobu Jiri will not buy you to go. Yeah, I didn't say, I buy the Jumadia side was the car, or the papa say, Quia Fono. Now, I'm a crime a Jumanity Yakoso. The no worker says, Sicano. About that, now a master contract no
I see.
And about a car, a gas one. By what the Ecopesica no here. Never yet not quite from that and letting Yakoya Juma. I dare honorable Mr. Kaya, letting Yakasa a shame crying. And they say, was any part of one idea, woman Sabia. Bypass road, no one move or a son. Express road now, one more faster, one more yellow. And what's it there? And on any substitute. What is the summer in ye? A son said, Saturday, Saturday, I won't cook my thing. Now, for cat, not a secret in them. And we also offer express road.
Yeah.
We know that we do bypass road. Express road, another one. A more cook market straight, and not a move. I'll call a bit while to giant a chimma. And see, Obia, because they are buying about the abundance of projects because of express road. No, that's a okay. Now, and you know, express road, sorry, back and I say, Konongo, and you Osina, Ning, are buying to send in the Nibiano, Copesica, and what the contract, send a better way to site. The crowd, the town said you are a qualification. Now, you don't bring me and here to my and see, I was so common, and I come 1 year, you know. A bank of a what they have what up for no contractors, you know, I can't go back to site. Many will say, and the more a war, and 15 months more. Ye be Pierre, Winneba Junction. Okay. Now, you could Pierre more a war. A Juma and now you call a year a pump Corona custom. Okay. Now we do a pump junction and come a lady from a pump junction. And you could sweat rock room. Meaning, or beer or names are quino. Then I can say abortion road. A serious 4 pound back one. But in I can say 15 months to Hanewa. And under the book foot says, final, you have contract.
Yeah, also the ramp on quite a copy of Drakwa Francia Connuim, a Quaqua Chiase, a copy of Donia Giso.
Nepasa Yagiso, and now one number so I started to China, and that's a secretary. Okay. Now we're young footy.
That's good.
Now we should see that contract and the year Juma. We're young for young Maripo, but the Indiana honorable minister the work for them.
Okay.
Mr. Contractor radio and the average speed, you know, a woman.
Okay.
As I say, Juma, air consent. Now promise our dear minister or make sure say. Timeline idea man and nobody so now put over year ahead of time. Now you do pressure and now they see a Ghana for what area handle for more FM. And to see I'm no cassette yeah Namta, my man, you better more a young Siamano.
Okay. Auntie Etiafo Mosha yen. Fonina ana ye twegu no. We are live on Facebook. Near Ekoswa OYT ebohu for ebohu de roi na no. Ana ye tell say ejuma John Dramani Mahama road minister war bono enya de ketwa. Enti wo so bet me aba Facebook ne bi. Na wa ba be hwe bia Accra 100.5. Philippo Kwabena kase maba. Ebenezer Mokto aba. Nana Kofi Ahinkinsley aba. David Blee Nate Kokoli onunso aba. Muina mombra na mombehwe bi. Mombra na mombehwe. Mombra di oh I di anko.
Yeah, not to never got my part, yes, you're born pie, and you're moving now, it's for them and it's up a week. Because, country, a demand for more, a demand enough from everything. Now, that the Ayaku na Jeba open a barbecue. Maybe someone was saying, anything I'm young, Dominion, yes, I can't win na country, then I done a what was not and for being personal money.
Yeah.
And see, that the American say, yes, I can't come from my Yano, or my penny John Ramani Mahama. And support to dear what the Ruya Ghana near, what the Buan President Mahama Money Society Diano, or what the Buano. They said, they are 30 years for your more system, and maybe I don't know your case. You're not a Ghana of 1 or 7, and I'm so. Not something maybe or pay for an eye. Community because of bad road, you know. We have to appreciate the Jumana and road minister and the president. I can't be more, you know. But not be a mother in Namano. Kaisen and Mahada, but what you say? A point year, just one. And that's one Kaka, what you say? A Kaka, and you contracted asphalt, Beguso.
Okay.
So we should be a Ghana and one now. Make me a construction stage. A back academy, a movie near Koyamin. Ghana, you know, quite a year asphalt. That means, yeah, how can see a panel or so basic. Because if I do one, a woman, and then one more month to transport to a Muniane, one more month to look at your business. Do one challenge, you know, bad road networker. Yawa Ghana. And that's the reason why Obia or Bekase, President Akufo-Addo, former president, declared year of roads. Ghana for evidence of no because he named a here of my full every Ghana for Endemu. And to some now, that other than Akufo-Addo, declared year of roads 1, year of roads 2, year of roads 3. Now I say, Ghana for no money, the sister, or to say who is that, and I really. Eti Namia do mama we dey aka say show working.
Okay.
And no one ye ewo so aye ready. We aka say video no live. And if you Ghana for ready, o ma be hu say adwuma no na e koso no. Ni aka ye mpai bo support. Ye betimi e bia bo aban no se ne be ya. Ye taxes na ye tia no se be. Enko wait to say the emre bi atwam no. E ko wait na ye chesi kura ye wu no. Eti ka say so far so good. Currently making a cafe that's all in 50 months.
More central region.
Yes.
Okay. Timunya copy more east in one.
Yako east in Aba.
My question I'm asking Adana Mohaba Central.
Exactly. Into the metro minister of Brepa.
Wow.
And now from Yako east in Aba was who the rate of speed I ever call. Because or working with time.
Yeah.
So we have to appreciate a Juma or more than enough.
Ya na monna min kwa de e ban e yeden ya mo betete ejuma o mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene road minister Ebwe sign amanfo e kafa ho
Country the make na ka try to say various communities now. Sa project ni lemu no What the kind of Mukana with Chama no move with you.
Wow.
I say where you be it, and I said they don't care. Your master is a minister about the inspector quine, and they are so happy. And see, what was a show appreciation.
Good.
Enough for enough for more.
Enough for
me. I'm a partner, make catcher was saying, what's a Accra, and I say the original capitals now. You will never appreciate the big push project.
Yeah.
Until Omuwa, rural and those communities, you know, we will never appreciate a Juma Cassia air costono. And it's project a bit in Yama minister and then the deputy in a 2 and a mono. I was so who say, and your project Ketua.
Yeah.
And your project Ketua. So I'm trying my best if I can. Get the deputy minister because honorable John and the Niabre. I just say, oh, yeah, it's present and then.
Okay.
So the short time come and deputy to me, Eddie Komoka car. Now, so far, so good. In the Asha Sonia, Jumano, Airco, but what would you say? Progress room.
Progress room.
Progress room, Papa.
Progress room. From day one, I will call Infonia where you actually videos. I hold why I share near you wo enche Asanko board dear Bogoso and then important takradi dia which the yen fifi mante mudia which one for actually and then crown bay in actually say there is progress. Ejuma Koso. Now honorable Suhini why you free kakra? Camera videos now made them out. That was over the weekend, and you could see progress. Yeah.
So it tells you the rate at which His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, then he was our final. So, Yamia Domitia, you want them to catch us, a Juma minister and the deputy at Womotono. Not just a president in the near bread, and you a minister which means nothing. If you may talk a deputy minister of roads and highways, honorable Suhini, where they are.
I know.
Honorable, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, many I say.
Nyamia don't patch on our way.
And
then Muchi condemns your band, the other fun, I mean, I trade to Manaho. But so far, so good, Yako eating, Yaba Central. Progress, there is the contractors, Najumana, a first amount.
Mestra also that Matchmarker.
Oh,
but I mean, we started yes from Eastern region, and as you can tell, Ghana indeed has become a construction.
Sure.
His Excellency President Mahama did not just say it for the sake of saying it. He meant it. It is like we say in the local language that when a blind man says he's going to stone you, he has his foot on it. Sure. Clearly, from the Kasua, Winneba, through to where we are now, Jumako, to Aguna Swedro, to where we left off, we went to Tuam, Apam Junction to Tuam, and you can tell that everywhere is under construction. And I must say that the central region so far has been very impressive. All the contractors that are outside are ahead of schedule, even though some of them even reported to site late as February. They still are ahead of schedule. And you can see, impressive mobilization on site, different gangs at different places, and the quality of work is also being attested to by the people themselves in the community. And so, so far, day one of our central region tour, I would say the contractors so far are doing very well. I just hope that we don't have any surprises ahead. But so far, I mean, all the contractors we have seen on their various projects are pushing it to the best.
There's not like the Mariposa, right?
Well, maybe it also depends on some of the projects. But I think that so far, all the contractors on site are doing well, and they should keep it up.
All right.
Because, and you are right. I mean, His Excellency President Mahama is not sleeping.
Exactly.
And so, as ministers, every day, every afternoon, every evening, he's asking for progress. Yeah. And you cannot rely on just the reports that your directors are sending to you. They may be misleading. And that is why Minister in his wisdom thinks that we must be on the field every week to ensure that whatever reports we give His Excellency the President are reports that are accurate and that are a true reflection of what is happening on the ground.
All right, catch you a minute. So our question for Bobie, my minister there.
Ansah, what Bisano put that mame? Now me say, me Bisa Honorable Minister said there are timelines. So when are we expecting the completion of these roads?
Well, most of these projects, you can term them 24/7 projects.
Okay.
It's hardly a project that is supposed to go beyond 24 months. But when you look at even the progress of work, it is clear that many of these contractors will finish their projects before the 24 months. And the 24 months end at the end of December 2027.
Okay.
So most of them started in January or December last year, January this year,
Okay.
and they are supposed to be 24 months. So it's supposed to be, projects are supposed to be handed over in December 2027. In fact, when we were on the Winneba stretch, where you have, Nathemond and his group of companies working on, the assurance is that by the end of this year, they will hand over many other contractors because, they're already about 40%. They have done 40% of the work already, and they are in the first quarter of their 24 months. Wow. So it tells you that if they have already done 40% and they are going to maintain that same pace, it tells you that into the first year, they would have done like 80-90%, and that's completion for you. So many of them are promising that they will hand over completed projects to us by the end of this year. That's why we are also on their toes, not to disappoint.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I don't think I should be any
but I wanted to find out from my Honorable Al-Hassan Suhini that there are occasions that we hear that contractors complain that they've awarded a contract to us, but the Famekono, the l'argent, they could the cash, it's not. I want to know, or with my listeners, we would want to know that have you settled them, have you given them something, or they are using their own money, and after completion or maybe quarterly they will raise certificate for their monies?
I think that is one other aspect of this big push, vision of President Mahama that is lost on many people. Look, since he came into office, he's not had the opportunity to go to the capital market or to go to any external financial institution to borrow money.
Okay.
So everything that we have been talking about are locally mobilized from the taxes you and I pay. And that is why it is important that we monitor the utilization of these taxes. When we say we have paid about 12 billion Ghana cedis to contractors, these are monies that were not borrowed from any financial institution outside Ghana. These are monies that were saved as a result of the prudent management of the economy, spearheaded by the finance minister, Arthur Paulson. So it is as a result of prudent management of the economy that we are able to make these savings to pay 12 billion of the about 40 billion that we came to meet at the road ministry. And remember, this 12 billion are paid to contractors who did work in the previous government. So this big push project are not even part of this 12 billion that we have paid.
Okay.
But you see, we were also very careful in selecting the contractors that were going to be on the big push project. And that is what people didn't understand. You can call it smart, contract. Smart contract. You had contractors who had jobs, they had finished those jobs, they were not paid, or they were at advanced stages of completion, they were not paid, and they abandoned those projects. Now you have these projects that you want to complete or you want to initiate. So the smartest thing to do was to identify these contractors that were owed, that had the capacity to work, and pay them. And once you pay them their arrears, what will they be doing with the money? They won't take it to the market and start, misbehaving with it. They will want new projects. They want new contracts. They want new work to reinvest their money into. So those that we paid, most of them, we put on the big push project. And so they were liquid enough to go to site.
Oh, okay.
But then again, we also made it available. We made mobilization available, advanced mobilization available.
Oh, okay.
So contractors who did not even have that much liquid and wanted mobilization applied for the mobilization. And all those who applied have also been paid the mobilization. So
wow.
There is no reason for any contractor on big push as we speak, to complain of liquidity challenges, the l'argent and everything.
But last crab de honorable. You said Mother's Day, Domi Kwabena MP, Honorable Elupin Akurugu. Wobukotoje express na kwai in Yakra. Radaruma, you know your deputy.
We will do because we have to move. Let me just interject.
Okay.
We will do our best. And, in attending to many of the roads. In her constituency, for example, I know a number of projects are already ongoing. So this particular road that she spoke about, I'm sure it will also be given attention by the minister and the technical team, giving him support to decide the best way forward. But we have to understand that no matter how good intentioned we are, we cannot fix all the roads in Ghana within this period. But we are prioritizing and looking at the critical ones. And the appeal that was made will be considered on its merit. But there are other projects that are already ongoing in that constituency.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Zini. Okay.
The mobile Hana, Yabasan Abed Yemnafe, Yakachi, the Ama, Accra 100.5 at Yaponina.
Okay, Oba Payati Timeda was your say, can I mind to make no way? Yenda was it, Nayan Fauzia, or can be as Nedaya, Yabekasa, Eddie, and Como. At the way, acquire a cost or Ghana Hanumina, a cost of construction, a hoodoo, a cost, and I done it dear, the Achemano, my women chat, Tina Bless, watching live from Mankesim. And also, Vama, how are you doing? Eric Intiamwa, about to Dubai, and I was Eric Intiamwa, and I'm Yamia Kojabeka, on also Namnin Good News FM, Obutu Kojokrom, Abekan so, and also share yen live. Over to me at the message about the message about making kind amount. Trust me, I will definitely read it for you. And Fabra, na making kind. We are live on Facebook, Accra 100.5 FM. Asamu Hanoma and Nami Pesa Mika. Na Asamino, you pay for say at near Debiano Boyno, and Aboyuma Fata Ebata home. Me started the trophy, na Misha. Say me catch trophy, I mean Turkey. Because every be poet to moi, a beto dra. Sir, Nya Frano, trophy, I and him say, ye Turkey no. And yes, Abuana, and yes, Anamna, and you Kunoba. Hey. And as Andy, I win better than I did, I we. Let him say, I weak recum. But better baby, I said, Dabby. A do baby, you beside who said, I brought them better on my yakas, I can send me a cook over to Mutrabre and say, Ariana. But all the bopan also add the papa. O ma kikadro su conference one ho. Na makoti mi na wo de light soup na onya fufuo bi to nchen a, masa nya fedi gro. Now if my memory serves me right, in 1999, Anna Food and Drugs Authority, then Food and Drugs Board, Abani said, Abby, your friend the no, over 80% are fat. As a dipari, another party na konimua, it creates bad cholesterol. And this creates cholesterol bad one na. A man nipa ho de anana pomu de no endimo anti ebaya maybe si Ghana kra maybe se bi si ye na trophy de Turkey te but then was say Turkey to I Turkey to and I will say my way na wonya o de bra Facebook na be hwe de we amame a hye de nim so wo firi nsa mo and sa won for the dimu akotene pa Odu wani chira say wo kwa volta na wo kwa akoso mu a before abedu adome ho no no oh trophy Odu wini ba Johnson kra dia na sai kra na wodu anka mo apam Johnson takwa di market cycle and wodu katia trophy na ya bi say since 1999 FDA for as one more banny trophy no. So we see Yehu trophy no abibia. Yehu trophy time bia o de aduagire he afa ho na hwe. O de amiame enkran he out de ko cycle sisi a. The way omo achi na akon na se FDA enim. So mo ban ni sa ade we. For so many years, Nasa was sitting in my yehuna. A day in Omoye, what were they waiting for? Because according to, and if you say, this poultry product containing over 15% fat. 15% oh. Taki na kasa de wunya bi. Na ka wunya ne wens na na ne body na. But wait, Kwame. Ade na yesi aye ne to. Take it. Ante ne tunu na ya nwanko asa no. Ade ya mbaye na se Kwame. Ade ya mbaye ya omdinya to ye friend sen.
Oh, do omdi nya to bebre.
Ai.
Om friend sen.
Ah,
wo benfo ye bi.
Ai.
Oh, okay.
Menim say talk it. The old Catholic minister, one of my maybe won't be a bias. Come here, a trophy named Crandall Conopa.
Agree with you.
I
don't you.
I agree with the crying home. Oh, Kwame and trophy.
Unya trophy pan on your fancy document. Na wama ya mau kusiaka kradi jeni awana.
O di trophy na a content cholesterol no fat ashen mano. Na wasan so edikosia
na edikosia sa wono. Na onya dokunu fancy dokunu bi no.
Uti anye kura Kwame unya post na ya na monkwa.
Unya monkwa.
O de beka ho.
Unya monkwa de wono a. Na emeku yi so no uma meku na no edin kakra. Na unya na round by this side. We make obi to bi sisi a. So ti ase. Sina na udia.
Oh, tell me appetite. But and Nankasa, I'm not in a very good mood.
When you pure tabisu that one. Trust me.
Safe as soon as my money do.
26. What have you check?
Kwame a check.
Na trophy no ankasa. Unim say u kotogwa. Afra boda. Uzo omtum.
Sa.
Oh, trophy there. U ko akosomo.
Akosomo there.
Akosomo. No omutum bi ne 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. And then
can say a check.
Yeah.
And
abodo.
Again, where you chef the phone baby. Every phone go money baby e ton trophy. They do.
Na kwa mo ni baby o muto mi anka o muto mi ko yes say no be e hu say fat o mi 15%.
Ukọ wa okrom mankesim. Runabout.
Yeah.
Before we do runabout
station. Kwa ebi wo ho pa. O muto trophy.
So ti ase. Again, ukọ Kumasi a. In some way chidie no. Baby a new road baby a.
Oh, but enim here akura mo.
Some cry ni some more cry.
Omuton pa.
Trophy headquarters.
The whole Ghana. Akwa say also Kako headquarters mankesim.
Yes.
The whole Ghana, West Africa Kako mankesim. Nti sa na trophy so de na akwa akoye ensawam.
Na oba ensawam. Trophy headquarters. Unye no kakra na pa no kakra. So ti ase. Na ya ma omuku. Omumuku no anu edin. We me cheche be dia trophy no.
Odu suhum. Down ho bridge na se wono mo a.
Kwa so kakra.
Ebi wo ho. Ho de bayra na ka ho.
Yes. O se ni na bayra ka ho. Waka suhum de. Ye nchia ye ma me ohenewa. Lydia. Suhum MC. Sina oye juma. Over the weekend Sunday no the Mother's Day.
Okay.
Na eburuta.
Awosuhum. Wonderful.
Yes, Chiaro. Again, Nkoko. Senior. Nkoko. Honum so.
Yeah.
Trophy ni bi.
Nkoko Kwame.
Trophy there. Yeah, trophy who investigation so. It ni be a trophy joint ni na hawo.
Yeah.
What you say? Nkoko. I say who trango kwana also crampon there
baby I say parky
attach so mo to
attach wo ho obi bread wo ho pan wo ahodo wo ho
kofodia so see na so say kofodia so upe trophy kakra obenyi
obenya bi kofodia trophy wo ho pa
yes so FDA phone ni baby a trophy na wo they can't lie to us some ban trophy 1999 nti mo ban ne ye no and be payment na me lukasi ka wa share ase kra
but kwa me nim say
no, they should come again.
Institutions in Akasa, they are not helping Ghana.
They are not helping
Ghanaians at all.
But if I know when we say that they say crown, and yet now you can't be cool. And they say, hey, and they say that they say
that they say and ye na ye dimu benku dimu konkonte abeti ani tuozi avi kuka de kube wa busheshe ni ekeka hono. Kwa mse de okay beku ya nke ku yen yo.
No, nti Otafrija say FDA for education. Omunye education omo enforce. Say trophy ye a ye ban na ye. Ye sa bom kai bi um say munjaiwi. Ye so no baby e wo bia de ba ko chichichi omu na. Na ye move forward. But they should not just write it say o ma tro dia ba say trophy ma fat. Inti mumba ne 1999 mumba ne 1999 ekosi se ekosi se
2009 cry in saying 99 2009
you see
we are in 2026 27 28 29 saying
omunja do moyen
FDA should come again.
Yes, they should come. Now some more year proper education more person more sanitizing system now.
Kwame, me see so institution ba kwa nanka me do person ne omo ye adwuma pa Food and Drugs Board, then now Food and Drugs Authority. And the reason is this. Kwame, wo mo akasa to me ba abonten ebe ba ne bibi. Na say onu say bi ba ye say friend say femudo say de ebe nkola kalipo. Ye say wo no mo a Kwame, ade ebe ye wo no. Mete say baby no mo chicheche. In fact, in some part of Eastern region one more chichi be etu anamombe ba no kra mpo no asem ye interview bi wo ya me ye interviewer ye kwache amanfo aposifo eka ho ye se ache wa na ya je 30,000 50,000 20,000 15,000 ekosi isi ya sansan ya mike egukrom say itam na bebre na wo hono mo a ye consume as citizens to the detriment of our lives FDA for your way. Yet they are doing nothing. They are doing nothing.
Enti Otafrija FDA for now nim. O yan mo kra mama be cheche nsem kra na nchira ho kankan bi e wo mo so.
Kwame.
Ena.
What that word ne de hash.
Hash.
Nchira ho kankan no but de o mo ba.
Yes. So what for say ejuma wo. Nti
apart from what for no mebusuafo be 3.
But nchira ho kankan. Unya FDA ama wa be clarify dia. Do man so me do to Facebook.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
We ma be say trophy nye fine. Trophy obi enim say ma fat. But then am ya fa ho. Mo
Kwame, the only thing I'm going to have one is say, almost all my banner, but one more am for so long. They have lost on between me.
Trophy so. So in Ghana, Fadi Ede, Ejaya,
Madame Abusko, Ade de Kumquasia.
Hi, Ade de Uja, Heya. Ade de Uja Trophy Pana, the Nadokuna. A copa. Inti, hey, Mose, my banner. Monshema info system. One info system now.
William, acquire sir politics. Oh, sir, Ghana for Aji Trophy atum. And a ed. odi di brodo ede odi di bayira ede
ana onim say o tu kwana o wia ekopa
kama. But let's also look at this. Yes yaba ni chofi no. Have we created employment? One more mu yes ejuma ni so no. One bet be nya bri ama omo sa akwa mo anu ana.
Otafrija but say oh yes arobes.
Akwai say be say ade ko ni ahaban yo.
But men issue with FDA ni say mo say ma ban na aden fair deal aden enye e ma facts so mo kan ye
adwuma we na obi aya besi na di ahwe ne obi na ye obi fine adwuma
de ama fa ya
alternative ba na ye providing
no me dey say mo say emwa yen apomudin embo ye ni pedua na then mo clear mo
anti efri hin e bebro man mo is that coming from our port
say
our harbors our borders
macho say trophy open ne de na kese na we Togo border no so
e ho na wo
afrawo ema no bebre ko free o
anti ho na mo ko free ba anti fire port ni fa harbor dey ka custom for ebetime GR for ebetime
na between Ghana and Togo ye immigration
Kwame, they are unapproved route e wo ho no mo a e doso papa
me say Otafrija
from Ghana
ufia na okotogo
Togo to Ghana no unapproved route
ufia kotogo a e kwa Togo Ghana yeshie no so kakra station okakra
Kwame people may smuggle it suddenly you smuggle cocoa ya to de bia no smuggle cocoa but no kra ni say if we are determined say ye be ya ke betimi aye
but almost smuggle ye no almost ton in an open place and you know in some ho makesi mo ho suhun wo ho kofori do almost ton bi where baby so and okoko anajo FD for money enumre okoko baby e chi ba yiri bia chofu ho baby e chi ba yiri bia chofu ho so FD for no and omo mreyi no mo my proper measures o from class o mechichi
Kwame, what do you suggest is anka FDA for nye
and America no omo dey about say no mo clear free system
omo chichu
no they should get the way the police administration no omo because trophy tanton na nimre pa
ante adia bia ema ya pomuden endimo no and they almost started so cramp down on one to apetition and spirit ya baby
apetition I then apetition
I say no so say your kidneys and your livers
na FD for about abeka say
what I say no there because apetition so you say no there
because someone no more we approve
yeah one approval
vetted approved by FD omonkasa so in Jordan, Okoha, Obia, what the audience say. So just say, Onumbro soa, and I say, would Nipedia.
Sir, right? Someone also argue, say, Chofi, Broswa, and I fat, no, I am more. Moderacy in everything I suggest that there should be moderacy. I feel say Chofi name why, and I feel say no, wouldn't be name wa, Omomara Mecca. Kwame
said, Mukoya research say that is saying M1. Say a tea, I want for Gusu yet at the same. Some more ye.
Mafo that they wanted to us having a deal mechanic. Yeah,
FDA force should not come out only to say something. So I say, no omun janisa. Moka, monyo. Se when I must say nya. Omo yes are the ninga, munko clear omo. But mo me can be create a certain panic. Then think you say panic no and a man for no Ghana for baby do no you say they show panic and clear go for free system who clear we are then na ma obi who say yes we na we munye nti the FDA for Canada adabraka omo sambre biom musambre biom na Otafrija sir can say
meet you
rent commissioner Obujuma papa I'm praying say ministry in be support no ministry in be support the from I think that from last week, I started with Greater Accra, Legon hostels net war. From there, and weekend, not me say we move to the Ashanti region, KNUST hostels, no, and yes, ministry, na omo M1, cause ejuma all ye no, say ministry no tanichi na omo shenedin. Now with the kind of amount as some of the hostels maybe AJJ. When you say so million year, Emma awufo no ewuntimi ham. President Edi Abase.
Hostel fees no enye easy. Afi bi omutumo.
President Edi Abase mo amoko university first year for muntia. In say muntia na hostels for no ejia boarding.
Idea way I suggest, and I think Anka it will be prudent. And can be best to say, about time be says in out, and I say Sisiano, meaning, but say Anka Anka bad time be instead to say because you. I think unya nipa usha one and say bana one influence and say na. Abata na maka mutiabom na kama rente. Well, even if it's 3 in a room, and I be a wolf in mebusu embimu, and 4 cry in a room, kwame anka normal. Because host office anytime, every time, omo increase no. But all the time. According to the rent commissioner, look at the amount that you pay. According to the rent commissioner, Roger say, Yamra nature say, ubetu a dime more. Either hostel and rent be our current in 2 years. 2 years. You are not supposed to increase. Kwame, me I thought that rent control for Nankasari commissioner but me do one here. Oh, no, they have laws. They have one brown. They have regulations. One more that bad wants a rent control for. And if you're Rebia Asia, I could feel Rebia and Mako catch and say,
Intina reset Abana in your rent commissioner.
Until rent commissioner, lip service and fan and number. I have a problem with Ghanaians. The institutions, there are laws, there are rules, there are regulations, yet we fail. Why should it be so? I don't necessarily fail. Kwame, me can't crunch now. A dying tea will be near to 2 on crying. I'm telling you this. Kwame, you know. Only my story. A dying tea will be near to 2 on crying. Why should no? You find it to us. No, Kwame, there's a whole institution. It is their responsibility. Kwame, they are there. One more. As I say, no more to turn your my. Oh, Papa, you to Musa, man, or Papa. And the way the Musa will yet one commissioner Awabe. But my question is, if even on one workers grab best support, and man achieve gola. I don't see another question. Oh, auntie, sometimes you know, Embrano, yes, Ghana, we have a lot of laws, lot of rules. A be a punishable, a be a dear by dear, and so her to agree. Penifue beka and kosia ga. Penifue beka sa and kosi she. Anatima mufuano and adisiano and won't you and that there are some areas even chairman hall kwani etimi ahwe nyame anim ahwe bonsametiko aka kire wo say oh we dey 1008 me last year 1005 aden assuming that admit say brante bi efe na wa sha ase wo bo ne bra akatese bi efe na we wi school wo toto ne o ma ye won ware ye wo ni kunu abrante bi asem bi otafra che ejuma bi kura de na beton kran ebi kura na obey national service na ko bobo sa boy de kire na how do you expect that person to pay? Nti ne beba ni say okay sadia me nso menya kwan bi a me nso mawia if it's an individual company a private one mawia say ya ban de ande bobo kura na obawia obamke ya ban sa yante Ghana ha ana nan say JR papa amde buy what we is ama Ghana yes several billions of Ghana cedis fanke kogu ni pa bottom And this any pano war minimum, nothing in ho, atreno, now war bra. Ayasana beba. Ayasana beba. Ayasana beba. Rent commissioner, only in Hona 1 year, Jumano. And one more, the law enforcement agencies, so you don't know 1 year, Jumano. Because the DSA can't Ghana and Kado. Ghana, your home. I thought I just am a chairman. Now, my mom say chairman, I will go with. Or see, catch it. Now, what trying to call no upon a cacra. Oh, now upon a cacra. Chairman Bakupe. You're bad. Oh, and your best. The best. More year law enforcement agencies. More year. Last week, let me say it. Last week, Madame forbid you be the man upon of frame and I'll say, oh, catch it. Me who watch it. I'm saying, Mister Ho. Now when I'm saying, me sorry, I'm Mister Demo or say Charlie Brafies is here, and I'm a coy. A Daya would no to 600. 600. Ye pajamu. Ye pajamu. Ye pajamu the court 1,200. A day. Ye pajamu. Ye pejamo from 600, one fan ko 700, one fan ko 800. What double no? Aden, ye nimbre bia ho. Ye nimra ho. Don't we have laws? Ye nimra ho. Maybe a microphone adeka. Ohu atofo na ne kwa do den. Ohu atofo a Same honto na de kwa do den. Da bi same. No, complete the statement.
Kawasam.
Kawasam. Na we go with.
We ya menu no sam kawasam.
Uncomplete statement no. Ohu atofo na
Ohu atofo a. Na ne kwa do so besi dan.
Okay, we're done. Kodo kuru you eti. Anyway, se uja yara so video mo chairman Irene Gobit PNC amanyiko chairman executive secretary the Exporters and Importers Association and as Exporters and Importers Ghana o video mo papa no makata da mesi ni fie de me so ma police ache me ne shoes ne na tade akura esoma me kura mefa
esoma mesera ma o 3-1 no wontimi se
sa ho 3-1 so
me masame on to wontimi se
hey okay sabe na bo ko de
Adum or their chain.
I said many trials watch a cacra.
Ja. And Crabon sanity.
Can be the thing there.
We can't complain.
Can't complain.
Because Pempenso any bedroom. A course a bow dying. 50 pass, Yan who mean in Tinibe.
A bit DBH.
Yes.
A bit DBH. Ebe fani sa. Sabi ma me bi so. Papa ya. Wa becha Greek ministry hono mo a wo boa Ghana kua ye fuei. In the person of Honorable Eric Opoku. Ne what is saying?
Onyankopa adom nyamfo Eric Opoku ne ho ye me no ka sei ene kura wo e kentampo a odi twumedi so.
Oh, kentampo.
Yes, e wo hono.
I see.
Na me anem no kuredi. This is the first time I make us say mene oswafo ebi to anamo ananse meye na boafo na nke ni se mpenyimfo de komo ye adwuma enche na o mabre nto ye babu na no say rest assured say because of se mpenyimfo no ma ye adwuma but honorable Recopoku make us a workaholic.
As a workaholic
Say oni honorable Recopoku etu kwan akwa amana nimpa ko dijuma na say program most of times government institutions so move to kwan outsider. Say event no be a Monday. Some of them leave Accra Thursday, Friday. By Friday no be free. By Saturday no could do not the Sunday no.
Arrest.
Not just a Monday no. Work on the event. Sometimes we are being to meet a day or two.
Okay.
And sana maba. Honorable Recopoku. Say event near Monday. I'm be free as Sunday.
That's right. Mukudu ya
could do Monday how much? Anopano
no sorry ako.
Sometimes your co event na se kraba nsana.
But my rest.
Say 3 days, say 5 days na mobedia. Up and down sa. One way simple wo promise say wo yirim pose obeto even perfume na dia man mpa otanye ya wunya.
Adaje nkoto.
Sanu tunu kwa. Onya bedu Ghana. Utu kwan se bi otu kwan aba bedu Ghana Sunday.
Monday osi adwuma.
Sometimes ye kra na ye se ebofo se di kan obekwa kodu sometimes 8 o'clock obekwa no.
No.
Enti whatever is happening no na Ghana no. Ena de bia me ka se ye amanyo sem na ye no. Ye nye ne se ye penokre. Se ye ne se ye penokra enka there's no way I obetimi de obi a wasum MPP aban mu. Ebeto to obi a wasum ndisi aban mu.
Okay.
And said that I say okotrapa na okotrapo sedi na so honam de omon said krada on say ebaye the kind of success story a onmonyan for rekopoku edi aban animu amaga na yatimi achieve just 1 year something 8 years of Akufuado entimi achieve Akufuado 2 ministers also free Akuto, Brana Champon, and the manager. Also free Akuto at a point, no, 3 deputies.
Yeah.
Brana Champon, at least no 2 deputies. And 2 for also free Akuto and 3 deputies, 4. Brana Champon and 2. Wakama says 7. For 8 good years. Adio man to me achieving. Honorable Eric Opokunen, deputy Bakupe. John Dumelo at me bisadi.
Yeah.
But on say Ghana phone can wasem. Yes, yen can wasem. But would the maskanda bin pie? Nano a koba say a ochiame kwame yutuni.
Yeah.
Abana wabe also person obebua aban.
Yeah.
No one kasa na platform a promote feed Ghana teaching backyard farming. NDC grassroots for Anthony ye. So my so for an appointment. How much as
Anthony ye.
Semi who me share amodin MP NDC grassroots take it to their social media handles. Criticize some of them were even issuing naked insults. Edi minister natema mayeni edi na chikura de mumfa enya hwe. Sa nwode omode ye no. So almost spending even 20% of that more than say almost share the success story of Feed Ghana program. Almost share ma 2028 no be abebusa said dear na yetumi aye. Because society no. Yes say bad news sells.
Yeah.
Enti asempa ba ni abrashi atunchen. Asemboni de no be here to be kanu aba. Honorable Rekopoku na no me kana me say kabiu. And this is grassroots. Minister bien ho. If he's a buying by men can't a brand new regional minister. If he's a buying by minister bien ho. Metimiakas were bien pono. Ediama and this grassroots more than honorable bien ho. There's no minister. Some of the ministries
yeah.
Some of the ministries who could do one. How dare you?
A bad thing. A bad
minister. How dare you? You dare not.
Yeah.
But over a Greek ministry on one. And in terms of security, the way and the SCC ministries in the other modern buildings are, security. And to the 2 will be better. Every day, Honorable Rekopoku and receive NDC grassroots one office. And yet 100. Odi amesi we am for average every day. Sometimes so do about office order.
Yeah.
First reception why am reception why am nyina NDC grassroots. Because obi a or what appointment say be a government agency and I say development partners EB and na eba or appointment essence or appointment ya man time and to be do na or call straight.
Yeah.
O ma be kwa to or more front desk go na say on nyina no grassroots a make say they didn't have appointment.
Okay.
Ya no cry say minister Wednesdays and Thursdays and obey receive a general public. Until Uba be do reception for no more. Na opese uhu minister. Na wako na omama appointment date and time.
Okay.
Ti no sa no ade e be che minister be ba ni se nipa dodo sei e ba o.
Yeah.
But omo mpene sa. nipa ne nya ba na opeso hu minister nto be ba front desk ho ayema ofro ba top wa minister secretary office ho ayema PA office ho ayema say minister corridor ho nyina ya turn ho into reception ho ayema uba bedu yen aid yeah officer if you want no minister ho so about order sometimes yet me just empenyin for e ba no so sorry
yeah
it me now more than 4 hours e ho nyina ye ma ni nyina akiri no obekwa car park ho na ema egu ho no
na edien
ema egu ho no enya de ketwa emema egu ho no nya de ketwa
I'm taking notice of that now can be say edien kwa who say hu emema but emba na bodom pem
yes
no mugo
minister be make sure so be hu nyina nano yes asemisa fo na ye ko hina asemi na nsemi wo ho no mo a eyanke yenka je said den ho ba
yeah
bedi ka chirim nada ochia me kwa me enya appointment si amani ska ba de bibi ma no da bi ono a na say opeso de platform e broadcasting
yeah
because obi a obedi adanse bia no ochia me kwa me obi a made in Ghana o promoting made in Ghana o onyum kura wa today I made in Ghana I made in Ghana yeah to buy o say obeboa na backyard farm ya buy eye no what the platform promote and the minister so akwanda ho
asempa
nemum ahade ni sika o so da bi enyesika me pesa me dem platform and the minister say be ya enko yesu ochina bi obekwa akogina ministry edam akobodaro na beka se me adwuma kra entua mekante ene emfanto krata so memorandum of understanding say ochia me kwa me nyumtini aba se ono ankasa firi ni pemu pese obeboa ode ne platforms ahodo
there should be an MOU
na de obehia ne say ministry be man information
yeah
ministry emphasis tie bia anim aketua bia anim adan sika bia anim petro sika bia anim ana omdom nsa hyase
yeah
eno kra no NDC grassroots so ye ko akolonche nko won ketenkete minister to safre na si minister yesenka na si emeye ambassador onye onyono nyom agreement anya adwuma because the na ohwehwe no na ministry ni sa akade no na ministry ni sa akade no eno na nchen Ghana nyumtuni a friend no ezi Nero X
yeah
our boy new man this
yeah
last year oba minister na so oba oso ado abru ami wem ha no okono wamfa ami wem aduro kwa na koye what the fertilizer koye de keka honya ni na metimi aka no
okay
what man no nanu ya ye kwa kolonche ye ko break grounds for a year farmer service center if you are Kwame Jokoto
Afram Plains
if you are Kwame Jokoto minister MF fan so make MC ya kwa akoye nkokon ketenkete minister MF if you are Kwame Jokoto ye MC Emma ne ye jingle
yeah
and you free of charge
yeah
paid because I'm a bonkrofo amoye known NDC celebrities aba including our software. Sometimes when I hear some of these pastors say NDC yene professor ID NDC ba power NDC ba no we in ania ahye ya na mu say he some crofo ye so mu no mu di anim so mu ne de be call evidence wo di o machi obeto amnem some of them omo ba ye ne bie pono mo hu minister omo wura ma ye nim ye hu omo pie so ye hu yen kan nyina wa but omo ba be kan si say NDC ababa ye no omo nya hwese me ka say me bon crofo din
ani dia asame honto
any dia honorable Kopoku I am omo you won't believe it and these people nya no one kwa no ba they go to almost every ministries and agencies minimum so for bi wa me say ada me say me call Dr. Randy Abo ma call Dr. Randy Abo twice if he say baba ma call no office twice ni nyina me call to no ho obaye ho okoba bia but these same people will come out to say oh nothing
or they are in the business okay sorry
honorable Kopoku there said the menua say see how me ka say wa oti microphone yet Yema 10 minutes if I do on a board kupuku 1 dance ya 1 hour cry
Answer. I need to
time pay and the promises or person baby who a minister.
Okay.
I no crown so back just when me be share studio ha and son wa kan say. I was so
chairman because I was a busy person.
Eh. Enter make us who want to who be out of wa.
Na ne kwado.
Aha. I know go fast out
na
Kwano or ye diabolic.
Oh, diabolic.
Oh, ye very diabolic.
Why are they?
So on him say, Asama Kanina no.
Who be complaining?
Maybe I can say medinu and medinu who ya papa because at average 2025 no call ministers. Me do no me kra di me MP. Me Krum MP.
Okay.
Honorable Ebenezer Alumre.
Okay.
Obeto me wo ho. And my first time to say onim papa we was onim so a new MP.
Okay.
No the Bible see honorable Clis Apple nice. She see on a current member of parliament.
Okay.
Until obehu minister. Em say na ye farming time.
Okay.
And call somebody no cotton office fefe we dey me can me twetwe me boa. And cotton fefe and em say that the minister was so many visitors.
Okay.
And me so me jai ho and me call ye.
Okay.
And some boy me or seven that say by all means over fix it number there number. In fact, say yes, obi a promote agric minister no me number 1.
Yeah.
That be am a bo ama Kofibu a bo John Jinapo, me bo at fortune. Na me bo
Honorable Kopoku.
Most of the time say Honorable Kopoku ye first person na me bo because onim there me bo no the first. As on can master cherry and a pawe. First need aduane.
Yeah.
Food before shelter.
Yeah.
Ti aduane bu okrom. Na woni sika krom bo a okọ bi fi obo aduane di.
Yeah.
And say it's better than say you be kita sika na ye aduane to. Ti me born di pa. In fact, guess about 2 or 3 months ago na MP in Baba say wa Ashama. Because MP dana no share wa agric ministers no. No can fertilizer akonye ye. Na obo committee the fertilizer ye de ka homa no.
Wow.
And so na I don't know call Minister of Agriculture. When the first one about tomorrow. When introduce ma Sami 8. We no kwanya fertilizer na one from Asake.
Mensaka.
Oh, that's a chairman. O de bra na me ma 5 fertilizer budukura na o de ma Busiafo. Oh, say no about tomorrow no ni say me kura ma nya bro so. Just 70 ha no. Saturday na me free up to down me 9 since 2025.
Okay.
Me very busy but Omoko commission you know
Afran
Plains.
Me friend me leader and Hassan Erga yet to kawa na ekoy.
Yeah,
ko bo am pa.
Mokoy.
Oh, bye.
Pa.
That's good.
Only Dr. Ansah.
But up to now, Sami and the college now wa minister hono. Omo yen that say look beside that we are national chair for PNC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't guess I'm not guess hyping the minister. Yeah, Bokam, yeah, they who got tally NDC 2024 election.
Chairman.
Na sami so ya me nia kitwa.
Chairman.
Ti say ana me penasam pa.
Chairman.
Na penasam.
O me penasam that's penasam but ade o de yeme oye. Ade o de yeme
oye.
Enti
chairman be dia dance say. Sada na oba be hu minister no. Na ye book appointment man.
Okay.
Me do office one na oh. I'm say chairman waba. I'm say no introduce no MP kire me.
Okay.
Enami so ni amomra na mama metina.
Sabi? Yes, you boy.
Just a second. Said on my car no. That day no na meetings dey go on nye meetings ketwa. And on so why so be oton akoba mo nyina fa akon. And on no ja ho no.
Beto agulkwakelo.
Every walk run. Busa chairman say nyese e ba be share studio ha. Na be no aka say Sami me kan o. Me still me pese.
Me be home minister.
Catch me nasa chairman. I don't need to book a appointment to come and see the minister. Be a national chair of a political party.
Yes, anything I
don't need to book a appointment. Catch a bamba. Mama Kwan. Teacher, my tum say I am member.
Chamati. Oba be do adwuma do office one man. Won say we do reception I am comfortable.
Yeah.
But wo timi nya kwanya fro.
Me ba ho che.
Yes. The entire wo nya kwanya fro ba so straight no.
Oh chairman.
Obaya Babedu last but one yeah office awfru an minister senka wunya dadwe twen be 30 minutes kura na ka wunya kwanya because ebu on man penyin force na mo ba
Etwa ba enseye.
Na se omo no ma meet.
Etwa enseye meba.
Yetimi bie door no.
Okay.
Na minister di nani oh. I go bet mo banembra.
No problem.
But when ya daje.
Atafeja.
Okay.
Meba no metise na muka FDA sam.
Ya beba so ma me dade me hombra.
Okay.
Me dade me ho aba.
Give us P capsules. A memedry. Manum bia ye benemu a. Kani metutu ya na minkuma bo asese de. Betu esa kum menia G. Give us P capsules. Give it to me, baby. Give us core capsules so eh.
Emane meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amamanya yem timotete wo mo no. Yedru no no. Manum bi amama de me ho.
Give us core capsules.
I give it to you, baby. You give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Give us no. Amen ni jia bebusuamu papa. Give us P capsules.
Ememe wadi ifiedu watwede kronkwan na efa.
Give us core capsules.
Apemfo abatan wo mo manufo ne nkwada wo ne ifiedu mienu nka ho. E wo drugstore bia motufo nko Give us Herbal Center, Teshi Mobile, and Teshi Adriami. Phone numbers 0543 222 470 and 050 68
FD Ashusha Sa Ejedi Enkrato Imu Adia to Muse Eye.
Over 1900 matches brought us to the football finals month. But history doesn't care about the journey. It only remembers how it ends. The Premier League, Betway Prem, UEFA Champions League, Serie A, La Liga and more. 8 trophies, 1 month of mayhem to decide them all. Stay connected and watch GoTV to catch the football season finale this May. It's on.
Hey, say the Mako who our Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who credit me. Say enunti no manya award wa. Eya word best. Obian transe Emma Dumpem ya de. Ka say anase me boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Asa nyarwan te say. Ni ekuro etu no. Ni enkan ewana num. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield ada romenti ene wasa so le gina na so epiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machine sir. Ashushe di pediani mu ankasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ewa Nungwa Dogon, Estate Junction, last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
I believe.
Ghana so by track kokro. Nanso ni mampani ya ba kope. One big Ghana, only one president. Esan say, Bako Fonsan Sun Yankupon any katenti. Wo, enjoy Ghana memuo, any wuye and share MPs, any politicians nesa. Kasa utri ho, yo, Ghana yensum, uhunu bribia, kebribi. Meet you.
Masupa, minkum kan hodunum, amama be service about yampa ba yebuso tiemi.
My idea. My idea some paba. Ghana yensum, aha, na Ghana kasa. Yes sir.
Oh yeah, team anka, oh yeah, Barcelona.
Kagum.
Kagum. Oh back.
Ghana Yensum, let's hold leaders accountable.
Ghana Yensum with Chief Joy Forson, CJ, 5:30 to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday. Ewo, Accra 100.5 FM. Tadi 99.1. Any stations in Kayeni now.
Ghana Yensum, Sofa, Namen Sofa, Accra 100.5 FM. A Demufua.
Unia tie masem yebi mene ya be ma ye adwuma wo broni krom dakro ya show baby ho ofe din no tiem oba ho ofe na sa obetwea mame a aso e mesomo ebi suma ho ofe ebi sum sika na misre mi se wo why na osom no we are say we ye dianya obesum bibi Nyamesompa with a PNT.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Okay, Bushaya say Emma Wakwa baby. This is the season show. Season show so na waso egusu etiebe ne ewie medical culture say Samson Asake Awingo bete wa hana oye chairman edema PNC Amanyoko no sanso executive secretary edema exporters and importers of Idue Mo Sami Honto a broadcast journalist with them Ignite Media or Hanoma and Numre Yetrasi esi enkonwa na yedi nkomo. Yeah, chairman. Yeah, now what can be? What you say? You can rent us him.
That before rent, maybe I'm not to say Moka on the first
Food and Drugs Authority.
Food and Drugs Authority statement. One
issue.
Chufin, right?
Chufi, yeah.
And I think it has been banned for long, but say the Kwame Kano. Me name it Kwame Pa. Or say I do imbre anywhere you see the fry yam and other things.
Oh yeah.
But I won't say Chufin. The question is, where did they bring it from?
That was my question.
You are very much aware, say, we are living in the porous borders.
Yeah.
And say, fuck Chufin in the background, it's what they call Togo, it's what they call Ivory Coast. So they call these bordering areas, definitely it can find its way.
Yeah.
Coupled with the compromise scrutiny channel.
Okay.
I bet some back into our country.
Okay.
And perhaps, but not that Chufin is coming through our port. At the port, the FDA is there to enforce to the latter. Even though at the border level they are there, but I don't know how sovereign, how strong they are. So I think that the only way to do it is they have to up their market surveillance. And so at least yam fry no okoto baby. Ukon have different baby no okoto, and they also it will lead to the main source that they are getting from, so that it can be seen.
And can't we resort to this? Is okay. Nenam nankasa. Kone tune dia minimum. Ne tune dia as angwankwa. Ejef angwankwa. So yeah, tell us na chigu obi sin ase ene de.
Yeah. So you see, the FDA Act make sure that it is the Public Health Act. Anything that goes there, they are acquire yim. I say when the FDA a boy abanso. Didi because problem embarrassed mbo FDA.
Yeah.
And so because the Chufin see a problem about or how about FDA or FDA and then FDA all the time random not more the statement about Kaya say who say it make us a gun about
do you see FDA as proactive?
Very proactive. So far as I work
there are so many products. Work room. Obeka na ye nuanom se minim se Mali fo se Niger fo se hifan. No mu de ensuo bi egu bottle mu no modernam obehwe ndra ya de fefa yesi ya de fa ma na de nyina na ekura won daylight broad daylight no monam no mo ton
2025 me hu say FDA any narcotic authority akabom and now narcotic is not always sitting in Accra here. Because every region narcotic or control officers or every district narcotic officers or many FDA kaboma they really arrange especially red tramon and other things tramadol sana omudibano omuchi amount for ba sa kolwa kwase na waka no ya na yabone yema no kolwa kwase and then the Hausa language those things are no more. I don't see them anymore. I don't see them anymore in that.
Maybe it's because of
I live in that. You know me, I live in that because FDA makes sure that they arrest a lot of them and seize a lot of them, not just the national level here, but as I said, even at regional level, at district level, I see narcotics control authority now have their officers all over, and that has really brought down to these tramadol issues. That red tramadol, they say there are two colors, red and blue, and whatever. And so we can only encourage them. I say we should encourage them motivate them to do more. Of course, yes, it is their work to do, it's their duty, so that they can increase market surveillance to make sure that at least, and yet that poor young friend on our cocochio, but at least the person can lead it to where they are getting the source, so that we can block that loophole. Okay. And I think that is the way to go. So at this point, no, FDA need all of us our support. Let us support them than to question them, and because you and I know that a smuggler, if he's making money from it, there's no way he will stop it until he caught red-handed, and then punish well, so that it serves as deterrent. And that's the only way that we can do it. So we can only support FDA to do their work.
Thank you. I think over the last weekend, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama launched affordable houses something.
Yeah, in Kumasi.
Yes. People out the view say, Chairman, at the end you can affordable, but affordable.
And probably we discussed it. I think one of your sister stations today. Now, let me say, we share the low earner, the ordinary citizen earner, or call liberal. Obia or kokoye to foundation, obia commission mortar, obia koye fitter, obia koye captain juma, and obia or juma at your friend is saying, Ofatem, because maybe at money, they are met 2 and made them at Tushu. My enclave in your factories are Lebanese, Chinese, now it or Timothy Ghana and say, oh, your government cry, sign a chair. Low rate, as a friend base rate, right? Yeah. Basic rate. Now, I buy them at 25 Ghana cedis. Now, I was saying, if I were to be a buyer, then we will propose that if government base rate is 25 Ghana cedis a day, then the private sector should be 50 cedis and above. What do I say? Elsewhere, it is hourly. Based on if you work like a Bruchian and a man, we are our next say our $200 and €200. Ultimately, the more you work, I don't know, 2 weeks time, I want your paycheck about now, buy fat. You deduct but still, if you want to take mortgage, you can still pay. What you say? But if when our people are receiving 2,000 Ghana cedis, even 2,000 Ghana cedis, I've even upgraded them. If you don't receive less than 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, or a year, maybe back or a year back, or one bar menu and a mensa, or so oriented dine, Nina, the cost is too expensive. And so I side with President calling for that 6 months now. But as to whether it's a huge job on the Rent Control Commissioner. Now, by Meniaji and the Kwabena Mitier Rent Commissioner, no, and the Kwabena Monoshow, no, or to her. Now, Okaso, Opeso offer this period not to do advocacy. Now, offer another period to do enforcement. Now, Okaso, and Accra rent control is all over the country. Landlords are queuing to buy books, no? Because say oriented dime mawa. Now what you understand within 1 week, no? I say, within 1 week and 2 weeks. So landlord no register our rent control say ampa Samsa Saka Mendia La Fiura, but the dama Sama Honto or Tiaka. Maybe rent is going for 2 years and not going for this. But now in this regard, no, we say 6 months, is that not it? Yeah. 6 months, no, or this amount of money, subject to renewal in after 6 months. Yeah. But what do we see? If you go to any the lower rent rate I want to fear. On Bokra 2 years. Yeah, on Bokra 2 years. Or being new about 1 year crowd. Or because 2 years. We see what wine have your grandpa. Or because lie. It's a huge crusade that the rent commissioner has. But I think that all of us need to support it. Whether it's not about Omo renting kwayo. Atafreja ebetima to ene. Yeah. Obetima ye fiura. Na echina asambi to. Now you have no choice than to sell your property to rescue yourself. Yeah. Ubabaka, what do you do? You go and rent. Yeah. This is what you fear, and then you can say rent should come to 6 months now. You can say, oh, me fee. Bibi intimacy obwa onyanyame. So you say in our work you. So what you grandpa you have rented before. Yeah. Obia knew how about say on rented before. Maybe but God being so good no. Obeto so papa now mama. What's you fear? Me ma see me fear. Nti me kola me wo no. Ono on beto rent. Obe hu say baba harass papa say rent. Obe hu say ni papa opoju anti mba because if you rent tramonte. On be who say ni papa or sorry how much call because if you read sorry huna ebe sam on sorry on be to say oh ni papa sorry about on pay because you read about your train no yeah There are landlords that every hourly their BP rises because so you have to negotiate to a few
Yeah.
There are people going through hypertension because of rent in this country.
Yeah.
And they are not mentioning 6 months. They are not saying 1 year. Sometimes, or be a parent, or put your crab say, Mama, just give me 1 year. The rest of them come home.
Yeah.
The landlord guys David.
Do you see that as wickedness on the part of the landlords?
Now, yeah, bro, never day because me see, if February be a new one cry, unless we are cranny. Say I think cry. Yeah, it's a breakfast in cry kum. Because call me kruma, Bokua, Kusnaba. Me papa wo woman not on an fee. Me fans as say we in crania. Now we great ancestor not more of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 coin free Kumasi Abaha. Techima Baha. Keko Sabaha. Takora Rebaha. Bokuba Tamalabano. First of all, Mobano. You been by rented table room. Me am a tiano. Me de want to so. Me buy me first time I'm by Shama. The table down rented. 2001, never rented table down was Shamanita. What do you say? Answer me yami bless for can me Jumaka na me too free table down. A currency block down. But from 2001 to 2009, when I was contesting member of parliament on the ticket of PSC in Ashamano as parliamentary candidate, now me table down. Now my own colleagues, my own brothers and friends and community people, they were laughing at me. How can Papa on your serious one? We will buy a tune band no yano. Say we are bad na siano. We can you committee crampo. On can some man crampo. And it's a chintain. On unquan ni two no boy. In fact, me I'm cram for to see me yeno. Say who couldn't no. Won't to no for na. Who couldn't so be to no for now so we are you know. One team can be out. One guy say, "Oh, I'm with that tower. I was a tower that 10 way. Takura down. Who cruise that? Oh, sorry, or you who could tie or self figurata I used to wear, but I used to have one smoke. I wear that smoke everywhere because that's the smoke I used to do the poster. Also, because the smoke, the food, 10 minutes. I got pay you come to be so Uncle got some man or so per MP. Look, about whom you didn't know, soon me, but different also. Measure, I asked what? No. I said, Madam, you know what? I have a vision. I have a mission. No, because I have a photograph. I say something.
What that
time? You know what? This is our beginning. That doesn't mean this is the end of us.
Yeah.
There's hope. That's what I used to put. I said, there's hope ahead of us. And I said, Madam, it's not about table dying today. It's about where I am focused to be and where we will be in the near future. I say even perhaps one day, the same people, they cannot even go near that place. One-on-one. I think 7 years ago or 8 years ago, someone mechanic now on Jindi, I feel me see me here be or no or 100% how the best support time I'm Baba contest 2020 Baba contest presidential candidate no Dibichi everywhere left and right so who's all time me post me who's all time me post me so omo ni me pa no who's say me post me status and you may forget nobody I post what do you say so that is and it's as a result of also getting a good woman because at that time, no, look, say if on Jindi war, my vision and my mission, and never make a catcher now. Call Jama Wara, because Jama Wara Kabasa, at that project, I won't say your friend will be a wing good. Yeah, because that could have been my frustration. Yeah, that could have also become a real Johnny Jamie, the main day. But she stood thick and thin with me. And I'm celebrating about Mother's Day.
Good, yeah, I saw it.
What did I say? I celebrated about Mother's Day because. The only gold we did about a peace of mind. Now, until Abontian Assam, now, yes, but or Gideon, a social offer Gideon media, Emano. And see, I can tell you, rent issues today, me my film pa. My tab down and me rent to a shower crab. Said rent the sun, now my minister of Baba Girano. Or second who no kaka as some might say minimum na fu ni na ye tabo ye fi ko block the same thing say ni poda oba ka sam chiro nti say ka rent asama me ka say na me yame abless me na me yam me fi etra e ko me kroma mo wo me yame dan me kokko bi ekoda na ma sorry sa bankra na me ka say oh yam jai na aban endorsement maye aban top block maye me jidi say enye
okay
all of us must support the rent commissioner and then first thing is since the 6 or so was the 5 to date no this is the first time Ghana by appointing commissioner of rent e wa mra no the and the panel obi ka say saka sale no ka say I new government buy no jamama buy no yen chere one policy or introduce on the rent or the rent commissioner at least e tikura bo commissioner ko na say weekends or call Legon or ko start hostels at the other year me the next time students they come back do better because one team in 8,000 dollars 4 people in one room 30,000 only within 4 months
32
the day they break we see pack out so you can imagine the 3 years or 4 years in the university 4 years in the university
4 years
can you run 32 every system every term they are increasing
every term
say charge 8,000 right now for this term trust me next term they will increase to 9,000 and having you go there's no any
Chairman, I mean, government, is it wickedness? Is it greediness? Is it selfishness? Is it not being God-fearing? Is it how do because they are not considerate?
Now, if you know wickedness, na day because commissioner no kind of person say ukohono you say increase. What are the factors that necessitated or that constitute you to increase that much? Did you paint the place? Did you reshape the room? Do you redesign the room? What you say?
I got you.
You should show something evident to say because of A, B, C, D. To say, Oko Ashama, then old dines, old dine payo. Yet, you cut your favorite to me, you catch and say, look, cement no boy, I cost rough. See, I block the third saying, no, it's 2 dino. I say, I'll break it down, no, so I see with fresh blocks. Fresh zinc. Now, who say you see fresh down or quite that. The set alone will tell you that. Yeah, you do understand. Yeah, but it's a old room, maybe over 20 years room.
Yeah.
Over 15 years room. Yet the person will increase and tells the blocks and cement no bag and cost room. I say over here another patchy or you or 2 zinc, no, it's on your back or the zinc for floor barber bosso, and now do have for barber bosso, and now you paint, and now to me your window no okay, or you see maybe first night you have luber blade to see a sliding door, I mean the air conditioner bosso. What you say?
Yeah,
not that, but what's what to say at 2 dance cano? Say cement ball question also to me.
Also to me.
Table dance yet to me. I ain't say table in block gone to you. I'm telling you, this is a factor.
Kiosk cry no.
Kiosk cry
to me.
And so I think that we all is all hands on deck because Sayawa Ayaunia
of course.
Ayawa Ayawafa.
Yes.
Ayawafa ba. Sometimes people call us say me rent us and I tell you Obi am fraud. I don't Obi am fraud say me rent us. We get calls. And so it should be one situation to all of us and I think that let's support Omanpanyi and by now they should be able to succeed in this. And I like the mode in which the commissioner of rent control is going, and he intends to employ more youth as part of task force. The empowerment can say, employ youth now from in the community.
Okay.
Those who are in the community. And now for better work, say your father Ashama, your father call to say Accra, your father on Accra. Young father called to say Ashama. Say that's what about or you know
there wouldn't be any familiarity.
What do I say? Your father Kumasi, I told you your father was not very about Kumasi. So the way tax was Unimobia, Unko Juna coffee. What do I say? This if I meet him, this is what I will say. Yes, I look at Manza Bapa don't need me. And Baba Yaman says so in the name of rent controller now. So that you bring neutral people to come and do the work And that is the way, if I get him, I will advise him.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman Samson. Asake Awengobet, a PNC Chairman, also Executive Secretary for Exporters and Importers. Time check from the studio, rates are 28 minutes after 4. This is the Citizen Show. Your friend Mikechire Kwesi appear apreku. Me ba be cause Sami Hontoba. Before that, no, ya can rent a sementi. The omnie se wo pese wakasa so ye fie wura. Well, Chairman Eda tabu demo. Ana obe rente ye. Ansah na wunyame adom ene ono aka se si ni fie a wotim. Ni fie no se bi wensi woposo. Wensi wodua so wo sisi asase so. Eno tra make for hard builders e dia ma wo. Se wo pass asase a ne bo ofo a. Asase ye ma wo anampo time. Se twetua ni kakrakra. O de fa kakra to ase na twetua. E ba cha e hard builders. And hard builders say one mo asase ne bi wo dawa. One more be our Shy Hills, assassin be our Ningo, a be our Pram Pram, assassin be our Tropoli. All that you got to do is to call Hard Builders on 0241 665200 0241 665200, alternatively on 0540 226276. What is Kakwe be Kwako assassin? I say. What you say? Ne fe kotwa asase na ma. Ne ma obeye bosumi sia na asa afi so fe twetua ne kakra. Ompewe na opedien.
Wo si asase na wo hefa nefa.
Asase no ebi e wo Tropoli.
Tropoli haya.
Tropoli. Ebi wo Tropoli. Ebi wo Ningo. Pram Shy Hills. Na dawa. Enso so ebi e ho no. Ne bolfo.
Tropoli ne dawa. Me ya metobi.
Onya obetobi wo ho. Okay, eyepa okwa na makoja. Okwa na makoja. Near Yenisa. Yakani say we know if you did the Union and I won't see you cry and now say Sebio the way we ask econo ensure your life there. I say Union show them. But Duraplast for an ebro Duraplast semen can't say one more water tank no a demo a come up a boapa until when you be a bebo and on that channel problem work beer obey beer here a beer bit say open for CB. Oh, adia nsuo fefe mi bi. E ma pipe baby. Me pa cho Duraplast for ne ebebo awo. Onye bia kama pa. When you say Duraplast dear remember Duraplast goes water flows and maybe a Duraplast will be ano. Unyanya Duraplast ni bia nsuo be flow ama ho ato. E ba no valves a e ba ne oma plumbing works in ho ne oma nyina na Duraplast for e will be a onom be hwe e de aboa wo. Adentina won frɛ won e wo 0242 818 874 0242 818 874 and I say 0540 116 328 0540 116 328 na one man kasa Same dano be kasa de bi ye di edan ho nkomo ba sisi a onyame adom yenya commissioner rent commissioner papa bai wakeka ne ho wapusu ne ho enem ranti gumi na me say so obi ebore homebody watra 18 years na betumi enya phone adial star adial star 850 *5# star 850 *5#. Usi kenyemu no eno reveal scratch to win utumi twa onya ya udale all networks and one no choose your station ebi as Accra FM I say HSC where choose two ebi as CMG was selected take amount no ebi 5 CDs na ubetimi atwa akosi be 2000 you was selected 5 CDs final which we gumbebre we choose your lucky cat out of 5 options and one wa confirm game play no na wa enter momo number masa usikenye mu no ubenye ska say tam receive game result and winning instantly and to yede me pa che unyenya emfie dum wotwe reveal scratch for win no onka ho be enti yenisa na nyesika bebre go bottom na fa bi ko han etai same mayan hwe anamoya papa etui how do you see it and what's your take on it
they didn't come mention and chat here for you na emra so na Mother's Day
yeah
ti we share mama no but mama for be brown man ra metimi we show mo by nowhere them a person single out mama for me
okay
Dr. Mary we see of Ghana Free Zones Authority and a Dr. Louisa Bisu of Ghana Mineral Development Fund
okay
sama before me the entire man single or more out and say Otafrija sa wodu ani ato famo a NDC aban baaye or ye na fam die bia so obema ema bebre positions.
Yeah.
But wo hwe enkrofo a omutimi eba abonten ebe defend the party no ko radio so ko TV so a e kakra bi na kakra bi kura ese aba no po no se onantimpo na ne napa ensi amena mukura na ye ne ankasa epiane dina.
Yeah.
Dr. Louisiana Bisiu baka last year before 9 months be share you say oba be see TC
Galamsey site.
H excavators over 40.
Makaipa.
NDC abamu for kra manaba so. Ekoya akosi se binu kra recommend say yenyi.
I remember.
Eye no. Ene ne wakoshe no office. Ene wo ye ne juma. Na nko kanko form ye communicators. But ene so be hwa ewumwa na wabefam baako na ebi anwumadi ahodo ekosa na so ye na abechirechirem na akoshe na office na ye adwuma. Dr. Mary Osi Accra FM ene Power FM XYZ na be dia dance na kama say almost every week so anko Power be hu no
I had your Thursdays be o ha
okasa ma nyese okọ na office adwuma ni ho adwuma wo ho pa. But now no they buy them say Ghana for na anymore semwa nkama say emma omutimi ba bonten appear on radio so e defend the NDC we can count them in your fingertips.
Yeah.
Kakra na eba no so kra na we dem protect them. We don't protect them. Enti sama na ba be ye all men affairs.
Which is bad.
Because Obano Benya Kukudra Banokrano, when Yakukuru no Basi pe, a member no best rate.
Yeah, but you know, awful.
And Sama me for me, me more happy Mother's Day.
Okay.
Now, me catch them say, Mamma Bamu, now me sure say party and this no one can they know the party had easy. And the ACBN shouldn't be a new thing.
Okay.
Them.
All right.
Rent issues, me same repeat.
Okay.
Na nyame no krenie Ghana ni a oye dwadi ni bia no about 99% they are selfish.
99%.
Yes, they are selfish. Omo ye person kuminya o ye ne say o free say once ono no ye bibia wo ba beto ne de ni ye die nyina wo ho.
Ahi.
Enti once a wohia bibi free no obeto ne de e wo so wodi ne bibi de free na maka na makoso amaka bio na anu ya dollar e free 16 e be do 10 oko foreign shops shops ahodo e was Pinterest road e wa Accra ba bia say ye Indian Chinese Lebanese Turkey for any foreign shops ni nyina okwa outum se niama no bo no ya so
yeah
ubisa o man no maka just because of the dollar.
Yeah,
but Ghana ni
anti
ne de so okoka wose niama no kofa e no and sign na odia mother excuse and nti enne oko shops e foreigners there nipa egu ho no nya de ketwa ubewura Ghana ni shop once na currency ho eno currency anya disuade nyansa de mfa momo still a mu nsuade na ota fridge out there sem cost was in the next 5-10 years all these Ghanaian traders most of them
omunjuma begu
oko China no akofa niama na basa niama no okofa free China no China ni bi so the same thing abagana na no me hu China ni bi no wo video sa aye kura as a flower as a light and kura di
agro yeah
was it China ne wofa omo ne produce no ma ba bitu China sikamu no so all the bag na sikamu a 2 Ghana cedis but obagana hakoto sa de ni bia na 65 Ghana cedis ti dwadini no kofa free China 2 cedi no Wabeton wa ha 65 Ghana or the 63 Ghana.
Be afraid to come. Shipment in idea.
Shipment be ka ho a. Shipment nko a be fa 50%.
Dabi.
Shipment nko a be fa 100%.
Dabi.
We see then catch them so akofa ade 2 Ghana cedis. Shipment intino. I was so ton sa ade no 65 Ghana cedis. When the China for no a de China money bi ba se abekọ no. Fofofo Ghana ni se me pese me kwa koto ade omi nua Ghana ni ho. Yesu krompete di unamo a.
Ebika.
Nanso ye krompete wo ye no motia no mudi enamo a ebinka.
Mo America se ni
eni ntino se ma be to Ghana ni shop abebu ma fa so de. Ena me be kwa koma China ni. Because we ye crowd in coffee. Yes, we are the coffee. Do bebu mu ni ko ye ya coffee.
Asan ke de nke wo man mo de ko ni fie kura asan ke wo man am.
Me say wo hwehwe dan power Accra. Now kohwe a dime bi na obisa a price ye de to so a.
Yeah.
Obisa say what kind of country be na ye build? How many landlords ena afene so anaso oje rent advance how many of them need tax?
I want to
rent tax, how many of them?
I want to
if you rabbit me sorry just a day what dan here 2000 or something cost 3000.
Yeah.
Want to me at 2 because already in Nkrofo aba ebe hwe da
okonna obi beba nne
adia ba ko say di enya ye agent if you ra phone bi wokra no mo dan no ankasa kra ne bi 2000 but agent be catch yourself 4000
say ono ne commission o person wonya
yes o be catch yourself 4000 and I say if you ra phone bi ayese ne dan on farm ma just a true agent.
Yeah.
And today and kabe 2000 you end up paying 3000 and more. Because you need any institutions biya
agent for
years some can say rent control for you say the Ghana Revenue Authority crowd the rent tax the ba interfere a would da be ma rent a want to tax no e be ekokusi sen
nkosiaga
interfere no sorry a price of pay no they are opa tia opa mentua but because every day and Nkrofo trooping in our Accra foreigners eba foreign nationals eba ye Ghana phobi so free Kumasi free COVID from Kukutum obi e bent no e dan de ye hot cake but say ya de say e betima regulate ya kebeboa na de etinsunumu eye
hostels schools no institutions no
penye bi me money din oye legend no music award you cry mo ye weekend or present award.
I see.
Our hostel.
I see.
Ewo adabraka here.
Okay.
Minua ura hostel room wow. The size of the room no. It say ya che studio ha mumiensa.
Wow.
4 in one room.
Wow. 4 in a room.
4 in a room. Even water supply a problem. No rat them one more. Heat ya be bo way back as 2022, 2023. Now oje 4,000 Ghana cedis per semester per student. Wow. 4,000 T. 4 months no just saying 16,000.
16,000.
Who run some of the hostels partner will share. There's no facility be a na price that's why. Let me say but this is impenyum for ya.
But Sammy, ye nimra wo honom. That is my question.
So we a rent commissioner ya. Almost all the hostels of the city, you know, we know our certificate.
We are creating permit.
Only permit. Tourism is it tourism board tourist board or something.
Yeah.
They don't even have it.
I said EPA, onya EPA there. Onya tourist board there. Onya assembly ne there.
Who say abesi university school ha esuan for beba say pay. Sometimes they don't require that no asha say no convert hostel.
Yeah.
Because demand no osro. And every semester be anu atum. Every semester be anu atum. Ukwa facility improvement.
That is wickedness.
There's no improvement. Service are poor. Not even water supply. Yet every semester they keep increasing. Me say, sa abano ntimi nya hwe krampo a ebano hostel facilities in Kwadia, the government should step in.
Yeah.
Say any atete a mountain e de ho kire kwa na bantimi nya ho hwe a. Hostel facilities ni they are easy to be identified. Government should sort those matters out. How say obeko legon na student tia hostel fee 24,000 per semester because you say we are one in the room and air conditioner. Oh, 24,000. How?
That is too much.
24,000.
Too much. Era utia na ufri me busuan mu bia. Ufri busuan ate say media. How?
One of the biggest challenge. Yes, if you're for many more than 6 months advance. About 2 years.
Yeah.
What their mouth cry na 1 year.
Yeah.
One of the class match then you hear a dino until you and you or was a couple bosia. Now what the corner go no, I won't your tax. Then so carry no also near more you your tax.
Yeah.
If you're at me, rent, sika 100,000, 150,000, 60,000, 72,000. What no, your tax be
sorry them.
Yes.
I got to Usana, wombo no say Usana
for the Omona chairman. Okwa sorry the woman at any moon. What kind of catch us a cement boarding? Yea, your bombardiani ABC pet. Near Pessia da group pet at Yakanina. Ya Pessia da group pet
wickedness
at Yakanina. Since you near Tire Pesse, the Jetinam di Remuno, Manchon can be there was a young a day and the same thing. Yet they be sanity, but we foreigners no. Kakrebi daso.
Yeah.
Kakrebi daso. No, Kakreb. But Ghana need yet. Da! But they are not learning. And I'm hoping some because why you don't in the next 10 years, no. Ghana shops in the Fabigu and Aboso can Ghana for own shops, no. Do no egu. I'm a Nigeria
Nigeria is take over. Nigeria is take over.
Makolana Kohe. Yeah, my minimum ready for far most also good foreigners not take over. Why? Because a champion boy. Omoko fanya my wabroche for 4. No ma beto my din. Dollar ko for mo ayete so. Ya to bo no so. Dollar ko sra ya to bo no so. Ya to petrol ma ya tum. Ya ti petrol so ya tum. Omu ni season. Ghana nkwa na nyama bonya kosre pa. Ghana ni dija na ade ne bonya kosre se pe e manachi bio nda. Enya kosra se beba na chi e manachi bio nda na nim nkwa na eko.
Okay.
Emfa ho ne de aba ne beye emfa ho ne say the economic conditions ni be favorable obua one de yen konkoa. Yen konkoa ante boso kan ho da ne se bia manfo so.
Yeah.
Yet they are not learning. I prefer to patronize
from a Ghanaian.
But say be boom me the back foreign na wo mu. Simple as ABC.
All right. Me da say Same Honto. Mami ko Kweku Buatenche Emma Kweku Akwaba. Na me bi ne say e man tem moti say. Kweku
Minia.
The need here.
What the other room? Ebe John Dramani Mahama so other room. E bomba ya ni akai no. Ena me bei. Ka me fa e mate so a obi etike ni ma na ni age a me de abedu Accra, me de abedu ku kesim. Pa ya ni e bone se stability ayenya. E wo memu ha no. Ye mpanyimfo akuku danfo e finance minister ni economic management team. Said ye omo twem be boy form no omo nyesa na ye betimi anya stability ne ne de akoso na ne prempem mu kra na hwe ananka san ye better kra ma ye.
Okay.
Obia every sector money age na matna cd ma memfa nchia kese nkoma NDC fu nya wo Eastern region ni ntiti mu pa ye branches for aka
blibo
Osheho, Andra na menina.
No, say ampem sheho.
Omunya sheho. Ampem no women organizer na say the BT finance na aka. So munya ya ampem.
Women ampem. Women organizer na America.
Osheho. Evan Chakesi nkoma ye constituency near branches for. Branches no so aka 5 days no more form na wi.
Okay.
Nti ye show bi enkwan. Online. Say online untimi nkwa wo offer asibi oye krachi ni kakra bi a so awie GSS nkwa de obetimi ak online obetimi akenkan nti obetimi akofa form bi ama na position bia wo beso okọ watimi akọ.
Okay.
Ye bota ye kese pa so ne se omo a omotimi aye adwumaden edi party number power de ye so omu se kusua ye hwe se dodo na no agye se obi aha na ne ho mfa no ofel so wanyi adu ba bia obejai na mabu no so ababetua so no sa ngrofo ne de yeti ase ba ye hwe se dodo na no so ye besan ni atwe mo adwuma paso ne adwumaden no mo ye 2024 no 2028 na asan ye adwumaden ne de atwe aso saa.
Okay. That's good. So Eastern region boko there. And the obi be say enkan so boko. And some we twetwe gu mfra mem ne ade ade honko mo bi na ye ba be di din kai. Say Eastern udi trophy. Owi trophy.
Trophy there. I'm say Eastern kan ye ade pa cause do Nsanwan bridge no so. Nsanwan bridge no so no. Baby a man ne kwa adai so no. Say Trophy International. Honorable International Trophy.
Hono mi so nyina o. Se me makwan wo Kumase. Na me bag crying in the 80s and the 90s na. Ka do a wogina. Ene mo bread bi. Na ya tobi. But see the about say 1999 and FDA for yeah. But the best in there.
Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad.
Was sitting anymore.
That's so bad.
So what do we do? Because so far as our health is concerned, they say it means so share. Do you think say those who are supposed to enforce the laws and the rules governing such like FDA money, are they working?
Me that's it. Yenya beji atum say trophy ne de enke de but ne health hazard ne ha adwen. So who say am all can health hazard you ka makai ba ku bia trophy bia me kudi ye be 3 weeks ago. I say mete so. I say trophy ne de me hwe na mete so. But ne ede say wo dia hye pan no no. Pan no I say 10 cities de no. Oh. By ye bete so. But on the other side I believe say there's a ban on it.
Yes, since 1999.
But still eba
and who is to be blamed here?
Enforcement in the name says here no more. But enforcement the mechanism about bemudi ayade. I think I've met people from omo Shiashi Honia from Sankra Standard Authority. FDA for. Oh, okay. FDA for Hobert twice. So I believe some steps will be taken. So, but at some point, them say no more at your bar first. No, I'm aware say non so much. But the problem is not arresting those who are selling it. The problem should rather be those who imported from the port.
Are they coming through our port?
Oh, ever port never.
Oh yeah, sure.
Ever
I'm
port.
sitting here. Trophy cannot come through our port.
Never never.
FDAs are there. I suspect that it's come from through the borders, the porous borders. Yes.
Okay, so maybe
FDA, the port is very controlled area. There's no way FDA before you bring certain edible food or drugs, it has to go through FDA, and they will never allow you to bring it.
Cause baby, if it any na sem ni e ka
ache
abache
taking say yembo Ghana.
Yembo Ghana.
Oh, Dabi.
But not in the commercial quantity. Yeah.
Almost Sade Umsa.
Dabi.
Say you will local ones who.
Local ones.
Oh, I just say local lakoko. Now they compare broiler no. The difference.
Akuko nim. Sorry,
I believe for health reasons, Nadia.
Yes, sir. I buy no Food and Drugs Authority. I mean, who say implications a woman your border road. It's like you about HIV. Yes, you are the but does it stop people from doing it?
Doing what?
So Mariana.
I'm a so many be. And I catch you say, ya the unya bet me. So I didn't know since bet mama ya deal we ya catch you. And you go we so was one implication into better so. One can so beja also better.
Same, I didn't mean to me jayo.
And you jaya.
I that maybe BBR so I'm going to have me 2 days. Make what admission.
Yes. Yes,
cholesterol we near high.
Obeso wa na be wi wa. We know. So now we need money and catch. So
that's why what the FDA can do is omobodoru. They say omo statement about
education is FDA for the problem.
That's why you monk network no buy. So me also somebody all the networks to be able to announce for the implications of it.
Chairman, all the minimum consistency idea who here. How often do we hear from FDA?
Oh, FDA per their work no. Even though public health act at Ansah, they have to prevent more than to and of course they also have a communication department.
Yes,
which should be proactive. I agree with you to some extent. To be communicating some of these things out.
Yes,
but you see, you knew this. Yes, you knew this since 1999.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say Turkey, Yabani, Yabani. So that's sorry.
So you also have to take responsibility.
I believe sir. But let's
the availability.
Yes.
And a one casa education. Young fans are then available. We are educated. We need implications. I won't see a banning. So I can't say illegal product.
Yes, smuggle goods.
What they're not cracked check crown. See, I legalize it. One say well health implication. Said they can be at 2 weeks or 3 days over that hospital. Since 1999, we are classic example. Education in a bay for me. I say food to such any pages. Sorry,
but them sport too. So come back to Unya. Where they me come back minya.
But I believe sir, on a more serious note, there has to be the enforcement.
The enforcement
for security personnel to get involved.
Yeah,
because it's an illegal product. We can't blame those who consume it. And idea. We are there because they compare prices so can be for kakra.
FDA abodoru. Say who continue senity ya banano.
Kweku.
And on
sisi adebo yefo.
Sir.
Sisi the least one they will make to and I think 40 CDs. Say we attract a Oh, bra and then trophy now. Trophy.
Oh, no, in some overhead no so
there. Say depend on the environment you find yourself. Ultra sprinters definitely you expect that over at the other as the price the venue that you the vicinity you are sika
but Argentina trophy na kasa no san kan body ni so ho no ma no anwan ni musa asade ni musa na time ya ne to na trophy no e no omode ba
omunya na fofofo nze omofa wa outside na take any other places
na take there na ye we no because Obinsu raise sir issue somewhere last year or pay mu pa o say one mo ba mountain be ka say na mo aye we dey nim say take na ye take so I challenge the person ama ye tu ho ka akra de call baby awuken ho ya adweji na
adweji yes
we went there mama ba ko de o say ya de say na ye tin na ye de ye nim oh ye ni pa be ye 2-3 ye di nkomo ade de na kum kwase
so I believe say unse ukwa outside na I to say back in the day no minim say still stand here na mwane yem no to say cow the yem ne towels no so outside no monton intestines na free nti e ma opportunity ma the business buy na go for kraba e beton wa ha it's the same thing with the turkey no turkey outside na free ni tell no omo e free omo to twene so then it gives people the business opportunity say omo so mo ko kambo mu then they will find ways and means to ship it. Market no hopa.
Once there's a demand, there be a word demand.
There should be supply.
Never ban the supply. You can ubet me restrict no, but want me man da. You think I can't just say I shall my change na hai. I shall be a post for chomo.
They be omo chomo.
For joint to almost say if they be a chomo ko say omo na sunya.
Oh, we do have to pay.
There's a demand.
Time at Sakuma no atopa George.
Yes, there's a demand.
Atafeja.
Which one
na me person ko
okay, to finally
free access issues no ya can no.
Okay.
Let's make a say me living
testimony.
Okay. Me ba awo senior high.
Kwaku. We are
Owie school.
Ebeka me no me. Same so kind news.
I'm going to start exams on the 13th of May. There's no any day your friend is say me 1,700 and blah bet you Kaviana for feeding of member. That mean hubi.
Okay.
Since I buy for buy no man TV.
Okay.
To say obi to be no kase or not 1,700 and our school say fresh year bet 1,700. Me as Asake. Me baba ko university and also we university every
yeah.
Me bad girl so senior high also we they are to start their exams 13th of May.
Okay, that is Wednesday.
I have not received any call to that effect.
Okay.
Now, the rating of us from B- to B, and I say, yeah, debt is country, What it means is that the government have done extremely well. We brought us from inflation from 23 to 3.2 as we speak. Policy rates are all coming down, we know. The reference rate is coming down, we all know. Cost of borrowing that we used to borrow at 27-30%, that made 2021, 2022, 2023, when many of our people closed down and relocated to African areas, they are coming back.
Okay.
But any and others who was not even happy, they are all coming back to this country.
Okay.
And so, and then of course, I think this week we heard say our GDP has hit about 118 something billion, and that's the truth of the matter. And so we are trying to no cuckoo figures be about 3. And so for me, the way I sit in there, I can tell you that these things that is out there is not that somebody has decided to create some artificial figures and come and throw into our eyes.
Okay.
And so, but it shows how serious the government have really demonstrated. In that, guess, and I'm told say. MEPs, so the constituent standing committees. Well, we have seen the standing committees in this country before. We saw what a solid committee. It was a standing committee, that economic management team led by Dr. Bobie for the whole 8 years. And we saw where they took the cedi to the dollar. We saw where they took the inflation to, and then we saw where when there's no economic management team for Jamama for the whole 1 year. We saw where they took the economy from, and we saw where the economy is standing now. So what I can tell is that this government have really tightened the belt. If this government asked me to tighten the belt, I would tighten the belt. Because President Mahama really came, and people were doubting that the system ministers, is this system? Or is this system, right? The ministers is system. When he promised this, people thought we cannot. But I think we can even further reduce the system to 20. Because there are other countries that is bigger than Ghana, China. I think they have about 20 ministers or so.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so it's not about appointing people and say I am in a hurry. When at the end of the day you couldn't run. You remember?
I am in a hurry.
I am in a hurry.
You couldn't even crawl than to walk around.
So we should be spectators. We should be what? We should be Ghanaians are not spectators, right? But the truth of the matter is, if you look at the presidential staffers, they are not up to. I don't think they are up to 500. I don't think.
I don't know the number.
I don't think. Because if you look at the vice president staffers, it's not up to 50.
Yes.
This vice president.
Yeah,
the
not
staffers.
up to 50.
It's not up to 50. But we used to have staffers over 1,000.
Yeah.
And they said we should tighten our belt. They were drawing fuel coupons. They said we should tighten our belt. So there are difference. So this is the government. They say tighten your belt. I will tighten my belt because I've seen that it's a lean government. And they are seeing the result. It's not about, so that's what people talk. It's not about quantity. It's about qualitative.
Yeah.
And I've seen qualitative in this government.
Yes, that was my chairman, Samson Asake Awingobit, PNC chairman, also executive secretary, Edema Exporters and Importers Ghana. And I mean, you know how we do it. When I say how we do it, I'm referring to MTN. When you cross over graduation, big win, new arrivals, your people dust you with powder. Bobie, that's exactly what's happening right now thanks to MTN. People are upgrading to 4G, and trust me, the powder is flying everywhere. Grab the brand new HMD AC for only 899 Ghana cedis and enjoy free 2.5 gigabyte data every single month for 6 months. New phone, fast 4G, nice pictures, free data, more social media every month. Also, Kojodio before they say it's only you left. Visit any MTN for office, service center, that's what I mean, and dealers as well. Grab your HMD Act today. Now also can't be. Anti wasumwa MTN for the aba a phone papa a smart a fair a manager no born year for a 899 per Bosumi bia a best amount 2.5 gigabyte of data every single month until you know day. Remember MTN everywhere you go. Also quite chill dear and like I said account well Sammy me ba un champion abo no num me dem say obedwane enche
the time where my bament first on the free senior high school you see Ghana so mine you serious especially whenever NDC buy wa ba mu bia no you take things for granted and niama I was say you pay much attention you make sure say am running na di no you bu ani ego so me nka wo say NDC na wa ba mu and a Kufu the MPP says so more training terrorists in Ghana. The invisible forces. Omokoya kokofa South Africans. Mercenaries edo mobile. South Africans no mobile. Daily Graphic in Ghanaian Times publish here say Magdan. And I invite you. He paid for their air tickets. On a year host on a invite to Ghana. To come and train MPP tax.
Yeah.
NDC then, they know me. When they were arrested, you know, the only thing me and some deport to Nipa no import and also invite terrorists. No, yanya na she. MPP for na no mutu no yanya mo she. By the time I realize an MPP at 20 tax, a we are here 2016 election operation assault the pillars of power. And on they assaulted the Mubua police for soldier for the to me. NDC sat aloof. Oma in Kwabena Santia national television, any radio so say. No share will be back secondary school. Wako to school fees 1,007. Now all school need.
I say invite no.
Adia no see him say a buying policy a free. Headmaster be obe charge school fees be na illegal was searching.
Yeah.
School be obe demand fees be was searching. Na yenya a journalist sitting on a national television and making this claim. Edin says Sinebua Kase say na koso. You invite and say chire school cro na go to school fees in misani. Are we serious?
We are not. As a nation, we are not. As a country, we are not.
But this time also, sir, Akwano Kasa Asem. You are inviting or say Ghana Education Service or Ministry of Education or National Security or whatever. I inviting no.
So this is where the institutions come in.
Because you take Ghana as is here, Ukotna radio, TV, so even social media now Kasam Yano credit me too.
Yeah.
Forced publication.
Yeah.
Say you're investigating and we say a yampa and then you cost school money business then would you school fees for what?
Oh dear day.
And now the choir for 2 na de 2 year. Say no cry nipa no bet na radio so TV so di trono. Ya wo mre ho say ni di.
Yeah.
We are allowing such people to speak say bio entronomy da no me de ko. Na me ni ya because society e wo mu no. Say wo yimra to nchen yanko bia be ye de opeu.
Yeah.
Ade ma yen di mamufo ma bia mu nipa eye ne niama nso so da nipa ne aboa ntem eye mra sade moa okokwa ye mu a jungle we jata chi we nu awe onu obi ansi nkunya no se nye mra ene wo Ghana ha enka oba yo afefefe nam street mu a ka be man kosi npo enu anse wa moa na koso no atono mo na ka oka na otimu fefefe nko bi ntwika mo bi mfafo mo wansa ne ho oden che wonko be je wo bebo you Africa no mato atwe ba mranti ana obi antumi nye that's the difference. So when you sit down, allow people, because they have the platform to speak lies. We are not going anywhere. I don't know what they call economy.
Okay.
Mesha said, me say, so what the MPP ni NDC, what the MPP to 2 NDC who will be beer or the MPP better to NDC who are Ghana back in terms of records. Biano. Eh, nipa 1 penocre, on canocre. When him no credit so anka. Either say a pure stupidity and now say mere tribalism and now because Ghana high one say obia the papa cranwa nipo e tribalist no because one belonging to the same tribe and into who say bone. So ye bone kra na se nipa no. We wan so ne kasa ba no who say ye.
Okay.
And into no sa na dey real politics mu. But the records are there. Rollins manage Ghana economy at a point kra na Ghana kuku kra na ye nto because you see the banner to Ghana kuku.
Yeah.
On manage Ghana economy. Regional hospitals will see ye.
Papa.
Roads are who do building ye.
Electrification.
Schools are who do building ye. A bambia ni wa wotimidi electricity. Eko Ghana mkruso. 10 Rollins. But the choir the electricity for insuo mu kwa frankly.
Yeah.
Yen ya no mu osire mu nya electricity at Rollins. Then ye propaganda yes wa bon wanko school onim hwe. Ye nkofa kofomra. Kofo bae. Kofo oye demonstration say gallon petrol gallon e ton say ni ko wi ase no o pacho. Kofo be so economy mu. What the Ghana e ko hepic. Eme de aka nyina cheyen. Eme esa ma yesika mpos kana omde che nyina ye kana omde che nyina chino. Omo sa ma yesika. Ye na kofo de ye odisi toilet.
Yeah. Only 20 ye.
Kwa.
E kwan ho.
Toilet ni nyina so kwa bo si atro hepic benefit. And no kwesirem kra be ho hepic benefit toilet and odisi ye. Yedi aka nyina che ye ni 8 years of Kufuor fees was saja ye ka 9.5 billion Ghana cedis. Eno nancha kra no mismanage the economy no masidi ni hata 2007 or say ye koko twa cedi fufo. Yes, so the value is the same. The value is the same. Ya kotwa sika dia ba. Ye bisa say how much na cost Ghana? E du kotwa sika na ni enim. Ebesi na ntime mu ho akonta. Amfa ntre Ghana.
Yeah.
Ye kotwa sika de ba ye nyina akire no. Kufuor at a point in the government won't mean to your salary. And it was said Ghana Telecom. Ye ton edema a year Vodafone for just $900 million. Ye dress ye ton ye. Kufuor 8 years when see one secondary school. Kufuor 8 years when see one regional hospital or district hospital. Kufuor 8 years when see marketer Becca said this is a signature project Kufuor ye.
Okay.
Wanya be 8 years. And Kufuor that to hono koi. Professor Mercy no ahamasa bae. Ano mo beso no. Omo bae schools under trees anel kwela ku school no yase na you're uncountable. With less than 4 years, Professor Mercy it may eliminate over 2,500 schools under trees.
The trees, yeah. It's on record.
Kufuor increase secondary school from 3 years to 4 years with no infrastructure. Na nkoda da nwiase. Nkoda da dom eda ejebi kitchen. Professor Mercy by esa share the infrastructure. Esa ka ho etimi ende double track system. Ayewo ye ne won kran hadi adanse. Professor Mercy just 4 years and the end year. Professor Mercy started building the economy. As of 2010, Ghana's economy was rated as the most fastest growing economy in the world. Professor Mercy within 3 years achieved a single digit inflation. Under Professor Mercy. Kufuor had the single spine by sharing a Professor Mercy managed the economy to pay single spine. All the trap they set, a failure. Yet, send an Ghana for NPP before we free Professor Mercy, Professor Doolittle. Mahama beso economy no. Enyama nko ye. Because abre ka se single spine no e ya deswa.
Yeah.
Yankania enyina so. Ye kokwa ye cotton bell word market kokko buo kofom.
Take off.
Word market gold buo ekofom. Sa nyama we susu ne kura Ghana economy mu. Mahama was able to restructure the economy in 2014 called Senche Consensus. Oba was so yenye ni say dollar no can be na yebre. Enti yenhye se betimi a manufacture produce nyama bi wa ha yentimi kura no ye shoe factory de betimi aye.
Yeah.
Butter de cocoa butter ye betimi aye e wa Ghana ha yem produce oyi 600 million Ghana cedis yem pharmaceutical companies. Omun produce no ha Say be omo import no eso betie. Within 4 years, within 2 years Mahama de buy no, you will impact the buy. All these difficult moments. Now a creative stabilization fund, sinking fund, infrastructure fund. Odini nyina to ye discuss gumu sinking fund. Ye first can to mu ye ka e de nemfa bi nkotua amampeni kofo $750 million eye euro bond. Ye mfa bi nkotua ye ka ne de infrastructure ye be ya kwa ye be school ye be si ada ye be we ye first can minute to Exim Bank na wabie left over $500 million in those cafes. Cocoa stabilization fund, yentis can fund to $150 million every year. Yemfa bi nye cocoa akwan, yemfa bi nto cocoa bu no kofo mu a, ye de akushi cocoa farmers. Mahama ye sign na ma we nyina. Yet ye nyaga na fo ye so omo ye middle income. Ye so omo no ma school. Occupy Ghana. For sa mamuo fun say they be mad. Sa bre na baumia ye all the lectures. Can ofrata call all the radio stations. And this for the map bomb man ko school mu ni mo hwe. Ghana 42 minimum MPP. Akufo do beso abam na inflation 15.4%. 2017 15.4%. 2022-2023 inflation kwaya could do 54%.
54, yeah.
Ofri abamu kura 2025 na inflation and 23%. Interest rate etimi kwaya policy rate etimi kwaya twam over 30%. Ghana ha. First time omwa abande omoka wasimi ntua miniska. Abroche for simi ntua. Ghana for simi ntua. Nemom Abaya obeba no when eba betua ampa wentua for 2 years 2023-2024 akufo de ntua bia no de both domestic and international foreign wentua ka yet no ntimi ntua adwuma for mpoka IMF anyone more muso munim sikasem na predict say whoever inherit economy akufo de ne ba omi agya na chire no will suffer
obebre
omoka say the economy will crash after 3 months.
Yeah, omoka
Mahama NDC took over. Mahama take over. Euro bond wonkoji bida. Onko financial market nkonkoje bosia biada. Yet ya no adani daniani. Within 6 months, na ye see the not stabilize. Within 6 months, na bana shall see tua eka kufu ado ntimi ntua. Amenne IMF chese babia yesi kasema kudru no ye betimi aba abeje bosia ama Mahama aba say yet ye status no betimi aba bosia but we are not ready for bosia but the Kufuado government was rushing so obenya loan pra na wonya even domestically open no 2024 Cocoa board airpay domestic kind of syndicated loan pra na wonya just $400 million na wonya but 2016 Mahama government Cocoa board ekwaje $1.8 billion syndicated loan almost subscribe kwa mana broso but 2024 $400 million per Cocoa board pe no munya almost see inflation ba from so enya sustainable say the city no ejina na so enya sustainable interest rate no kofomo almost enya sustainable and artificial enya sustainable. These same people we are not radio TV station here from radio financial expert where economists and to ma metre mu no ma be kase bi nkwasi abrofo kwasi analysis no ma tumfu turo aguatiefo na awefo ani omo nka no kre no emfa nkyere amenne MPP awono etimi ma Bank of Ghana ebo ka 60.8 billion Ghana cedis just a year 2024 saboka 10.8 billion. Too far just to the space of 2 years, no, or boka over 70 billion. Ubusa musa umu diskane ye denya. Almost you the big ye gold for oil policy. Gold for oil policy ni yase be achieve ya. Yase be boa ma petrol boa ko form. na aboa ma esidi no anwo de agina nya sa no mka kire gold for oil policy no mo ka kire yen se de ntia yesidi ni anwo den ne se ye tam sika efri Ghana ha dollar ne de akwa akoto petrol ne de aba enti say do mo ye ne se ye di gold ne beko ye mfa dollar nko ye di gold mo beko ni akwa akwaje fango no ni aba beton emfa so na mo se ebeba ne se 1 ebabu ama yesidi na ho ode agina 2 ebabu ama petrol buo IF 3 ebabu ama Ghana for enwahin han sa na mo miensa anom ka just the gold for oil policy no and the bebre. But with all these losses MPP government make here under Baumia and Akufo-Addo with over 70 billion Ghana cedis just 2 years no. Omufra bemo na ye top petrol liter 23 Ghana cedis. Omufra bemo no na inflation. Ometimi di kwaya ko do 54% etia ba be do 28%. Ana omudi ja to wono omudi koy. Na aduane boarding bibi bia eto Ghana na edin ye exchange rate na ese be manage na no omufra ba mu kura na omse ye no na enam 14 to 15%. So they wasted taxpayers money over 70 billion say destabilize ye city anye ye de ma petrol bo akofom anye ye de bo ma cost of living akofom ni nyina anye ye. Now a new government come oba 1 year 1 year no one was spending say 15 billion waboka 15 billion no dey achieve what me dey achieve a year cd stabilization yetime stabilize cd no amene for several months in ye cd no gina between 11-12 several months yentime achieve under Akufo-Addo 8 years within 1 year yetime aboa amene inflation every 28% and then I'm 3.2 inflation. Etimia baba bedu. Amene Ghana for the dance say enuane boayefo. Now no MPP no mismanage economy with over 70 billion losses Bank of Ghana enken and onu mum say ope accountability nye mechire mu de ntia eye Bank of Ghana boka. Na omo so omo na omo ye economists omo so omo no mu ade. Na omoti ho na ye bie microphones in my MPP for to talk na no kwajo opon kroma say den Sami Jamfi say omra for debate or say nya Sami Jamfi no we ne mu ato force I ka se me chiro Sami Jamfi wa end MPP for be play political careers enti onkrofo bu MPP mu a Omama said they will never debate Sami Jamfi
I don't want to engage him.
Kwajo opon kroma Sami Jamfi are inviting ontimi da he can never stand Sami Jamfi despite the fact that ato forcing a good maybe managing the economy and then microeconomics ato forcing is not I can't say communication expert.
Yeah, he
may have the figures and the data I just superior records but how to communicate, how to translate it bema ordinary Ghanaian onya and like to prefer to debate to forcing than Sami Jamfi because that Kojo upon Kroma a beja to so Sami Jamfi be debate no that day in the political career will end. Yeah, can say Kojo upon Kroma prepare no was a shadow minister for finance. And over here MPP co-position or more former finance minister Mustafa Ami presenter.
Yeah.
On say anyone na kasa MPP when it come to finance.
Yeah.
Kojo upon Kroma no minister for information. Onumom na kasa on economics. And party bia opposition nipa bia obey the least post person ediama a specific sector no. Automatically we shadow minister. The Kojo upon Kroma training no to be the next MPP finance minister se Ghana for mistake to me more. Enti one person obi abe expose no. Enti o person mumbe host no 1-on-1. So betina host na nkofo se bi sometimes ye nuanom ma ne mema ya wo media mu aya na ese host no. Some of them so mu interview nkofo obu so am say ono kra nipa na wo ba be interview area na wo so interview no kra no background research be na wo ye. Utimi say nipa line of question no e say just opportunity obi say no question keke oni anything. So when the person is lying kra na wontimi
ka because onim
so onim one obi say onim And those people, no na both and two baby akojo upon kroma. There's one particular TV station in Accra here. A hon no koye nimpu in 101 na. Because when him say nipa na hosting no anim hwe fa de oka no. Ento bedi tro fa no adi. Ne sia maganya magashia. Ene hu amaga. So what's the economy asia? Sami Jamfi is not economist.
Yeah.
Sami Jamfi professional a lawyer. Was it come and let's debate? Now no got 33. The figures are there. What true challenge now? Why are you running? No, Kwajo Upon Kruma, why are you running? He's running because Sami Jamfi will end his political career. I know few people in the MPP. They go to Peace FM or the big platform. But Oma just saw money Sami Jamfi. She had that.
My brother, baby,
I say about Umia aid your friends say Wale MP no. Musano, when it's Sami Jamfi share. Na no anka say tu na no mutu. O si de corn video mo no. Enyame na je no. Enti entam kese na na bi so ne Sami Jamfi ko 1-on-1 debate. Awo asempa. E ko wi ase no o tu blow. Yan fa adwen ne nyansa enkasa no antimi blows na woto. Akwaya na no chabe brase mo efe mraka abuaje. Woni Sami Jamfi sha ahwe no mobro. Omu kofa abua papo so meba wantumi. Sami Jamfi party communication officer for 8 years NDC. Sami Jamfi pe. Oko MPP mu a na komi aba be director of communication amfa. Omo de adenta municipal mix. Yaw abuabia samwa amfa. Omo de papa ya Job yi om friend saying Adomako Befi amfa. Adumaku be finachi no na omo wo eye ni deputies otwe hunyu bebre Jennifer ewo aboa papon omo nyina amfa omo yini firo ekofa aigbeni abrante ye ka so no awommo MPP project miensa a waye wo voter register wantimi Richard Ahiagba amfa omo de miracle aboaje ba be campaign spokesperson amfa none of them and etimi tackle Sami Jamfi. And to a big threat to be a source of be order no back no.
Okay.
Obiam person obeko. Na se Kwajo Upon Kruma say what's the economy? Sami Jamfi is not economy. So say come and let's debate on your own field. Let's debate. But about say I was here to actually then compare na kesi then will be or no Tima Bank of Ghana book just 1 year 60.8 billion. The question the same Bank of Ghana say I didn't know aboka. 15 billion. Something that you spend 70 billion. So what they achieve went to me. Who stable the city? Oh my petrol work from cost of living from went to me. Obia spending just 15 billion. Achieve sign my me and send your you still had the gut to question the pansad dentin waboka a year 15 billion. At me they achieve something that you spend 70 billion. I went to me. And then maybe I make a choice say Ghana ni yanka no kre na senkese ebeka no kre amanyose mu a enka ensasa abato kra koso between MPP and NDC. So what study NDC style of governance ha omo ti se oba wade ese obeche oba wade ese obeche no tuba ncha no wadua and NDC ba onim se population be grow dey be here electricity tubo say generation capacity no increase now expand onim se population be grow dey be here hospital. No, we see hospitals, no, we see chief compass, no, we see district, clinics, medical centers. When him say population be grow, you be dija. The market akesiye, now we see population be grow. Now we see schools, we see from primary, secondary, no of course university, no of course tertiary, no see, no opiemu. Sa kwan no ya bon se no opiemu. But whenever MPP is in power, as when him say. On chawa wadiase oba on chawa wadiase no otubati so onua anti generation capacity nya na sem you manage it water situation nya na sem you manage it Professor Mills expand upon water treatment man supply Accra times 2 Mahama be my teshi desalination water we expanding no barricades we expanding a Kufuor 8 years no water expansion project in the course 8 years of a Kufuor electricity not even 1 megawatt no the car no the koye it one no ba MPP no otiso ba wade asa wonche into tuba nche wonua market won si hospital won si schools on si akwan ro na no na beye onya hwe ebre no so on se Ghana for beto abama no ba 8 years na beto abatia no na de ohwe na nsaka and akufu ado na busia kom no mo da so meto abatia mo say me beba power MPP mapa obi mu o and no mo asemu bio and when you talk about economy
okay
NDC just 1 year away has proven to every reasonable Ghanaian say bi oniti si ne konso a oba ne be man ne da e wo no say nipa actually say NDC is the best manager of the economy. They stabilize the economy.
Correct.
Omo lay foundation. By the time omo be lay foundation, we be take over no. Then people before they are throw. No ma cover the so-called professors. No mo ditro radio so economic expert, political scientists. No ma deceive the masses no. Ni ato abadi amomo. No ma ba no ma behwiti ni nyina. Me di wie no. Muhammad just 4 years. And the basic terminal 3. Just 4 years old. What is terminal 3? What is the whole brand new airport? Tamale Airport or upgrading no money international. Kumasi Airport or upgrading money international. Akufo-Addo came 8 years. Terminal 3, nothing was done. The only thing they did was that Terminal 2 no na wo hono no. Terminal 1 no and comment on the man the financier McDan.
Yeah.
Say on manage first time one airport national asset like airport. Yeah, the man a private person say on manage. 8 years wanya she our terminal 3. And then NDC buy after 1 year and now cut terminal 2 on one. There's a renovation expansion project Ekoso. There's a plans in the way say pram one PC Kusi International Airport no power now we say ni there say be aben krom na Ekoso. So you see what I'm telling you. NDC your bar or bar wadia on so betina. Enti dana oba no okuta ne banchi dua na wo dua.
Okay.
Na o threaten na kwaba mu. MPP your bar okwa wadia wonim se on che enti banchi no obetokura na otu a onnua airport onsi schools onsi market onsi hospitals onsi electricity on fashion ka ho.
Sammy Hunter a broadcast journalist. With Ignite Media.
Sammy,
that's it. Sammy, that's it. Adama, bra unyani atachre and so abrebe tunsa fra boom x-ray. Anti kwekwe. On baby as Sammy EDCA. Abumpo economy neso waye comparative analysis kakra. Ama yehu NDC to me when NDC is in power and an MPP should buy one be. I don't know where you would want to take from. Say if we should just go back to the topics now yeah discuss now and I say
my main funny free education food the ania no more can was
okay.
But media, I believe that the near come about Chofino. So sometimes, as a party person, our aim is to win power. After winning, we try to govern. As much as I would push, say, Yanfa tax force in Kwanko Pamunko for no, it would not also be the best in the vein. Say, I see you create employment mom. I had your moko question. You can't mean sorry one day so kwako pamomo sir. And there's in other aspect no.
How do they survive? Their livelihood.
Very important. I mean that employment now was our bridge in the Sukekeno. Both direct and indirect employment now. I mean it takes over 500 people. Oh.
Yeah.
You might not see it. The other trophy neighbor the Austria trophy no. And Angofo a ton issue. A ton other foodstuffs no. Ngofo chi buy the okofa buy and buy like the indirect employment near BBA. One for warding and conjuan. I believe that and for have not moved in. No. The health issues I believe that
apply wisdom.
Apply wisdom. Moderacy. Yet mean sorry one day say Yakopamo Munya. And I'm guys me who say FDA for Abaho. One or two way. But to just go and push them away in the day, it's not something I me personally I would advocate for. Okay. Hope ni dreams and Ghana food and a do baby. You be pay a juma mobia, no be a yan and say juma.
Okay.
So be at me, I go find the trophy a beach now. Either say, caught near a trophy papa momoye. it is not any fat na woman in the mayan de. Secondly, I see a tia say you can see ye take cry wo Ghana. Ye nyan is a commercial quantity no. Even come
No.
Indeed, I believe that we as a general we all need to look into. Mama no no anko your mommy ya me mama e obi abusuani. Nti
every cry where you single parent and not defend ma.
Or sustaining a whole family with that. Nti I say ehwe ni. Me I won't advocate say enkopa mom. Just say ehwe de be ye wo ho. Free SHS, say duane omudi unia. See be kai kakra one thing is the policy of the Onkwalaniku school no. What has held the Tamanaye Jumani Ediane no? Go from margin koso. A chunk of the Nkwalanu fear. Enye diane no mo kodi ni kra hwan ko anko. It is difficult it's difficult to explain to akwala bi say education is better since the odi agro no. But okọ benye diane edi nti no enhances the policy no na amana ye papa. But yebeka enko fu ba so yembibi fu yi. Look at how the program na ye basa. Program ni beto nsuo mu. Edu ba bu haduane ye de mankwala ne kwa na enye duane ye ahomkase akwala bedi. Induane amu akra ndi ne ye de mankwala. Ebe TV so minim se mo hwe ya. Duane na gogomi. Mo fe che me se meka. Na wen se woduane ni. Ye duane ba kwa ne yasa esam. Near the color one near the amankwala. The health issues are not relating in that also. Now we have said 2017 mu bana. Na kwala no we be so na so okwa school near cha de kra wuntie na so ye ne ya niti ye ne ya kwala ne eyesight because of esam ne duane asa de mom. And this ba so ni nya so atwa. Eya na me ya wo obi raise issue concern and say go for jisika. I'm not somebody I make us say yenka sentiano NDC aban ne ya aban bi aye be John Dramani Mahama His Excellency otie oye like afutu obi odi bebe bi otie emi atwa minim ze uka Kofi Adoma mo amu colleague e ko publish ade e woni online emi ye chi no adan ye say false news enye ono no kan you o so obi sise ni say I mean we've been through very terrible times aban abaso yi de yenua amu ni okan ayi okan wakan wi obi enkoche ne we are living in times NDC aban de nke minya ya nka Ghana fo na nke se mutena so che
that will determine on their policies and how they govern the nation. Kweku
ya ka biani asemi ye time aye be ye no hwe de MBP fo ye ya and even the caterers are complaining. That is my problem with NDC party ayen ye wom no. De bia no chese yetimi ye mane bro so na e affect ya yen crofo. MBB time school feeding issue we. So school ni yes 600 na wo ho a no my 1002. No money headmaster na chese 400 na e wo so no. Nkwala no out of a month of even 30 days a month da amutimi yeduane be 15 days other 15 days no monye say nkwala no be go school no modi di omundidi o enfo bia ho ma hwe ndisi ba ye ya fa coordinators ya zone obey regional in some zone to a Kwabena block ewo mu zone ebri even say Kwabena north and south the year ebri near Kropon e de concern we mu coordinator o call people no so ye kwawu ufi price so abetifi e ba nkokọ omuso omu zone ye wo coordinator ko school bi every day okọ anu amake ese nkola ni di brodo omudi no amake okọ ha ese brodo nu kusia wo no amake na onim so omo de nkokọ nya like ye wo protein I mean, this is one of the most the fantastic times our implementation near Koso. Business making sure say de koko eka like I don't just say
balanced diet.
Oh, unyanyami share bino. But the Mekan kakra hon say yeah we ni nya na say ye squeezy caterers no. Make some caterers na kakra. Because me the man e wom no omo ye duan do na ye branch for do na ye Ghana for ye maame mo. Ye squeezy omo. Omude omudwetire nya na kohim si ye ne dia scanner mante ma ya na ahonche na ekọ omuso ne dooso kozo bu anu akobo bosia
ebi kra ko free bi ni o mebi
e no dia ye ni ya twe no nti say term ni si cause minim say last term ni yentua omoye nti ya ga say dodo na afre me na ya na
last term
no yentua omoye nti ya besre omoye na enim say amu ye ni ye no nso no nanka amu nso pay ne nso bantem
contem
cause yes ana ba bi omu ko bobosia no minim ketra ba ko won samon ya okoji wo shop bi wo market no e won sam market ye dan neka no afre me na me ne ma me na kasa ndi ye besre se nke pay ne bantem a
aka be boa
ye besre nanka mu akakra but as to say ye ji omusika de en de mesre ya de amia me di mani di achipa first nanka bi nso mu use no be ko nanka mu ane ni mane ma wom because ye de coordinator se sisi ano no amuko school anopa bi akohwe amu time a ye ne aduane no nso nti ameduane na ye very balanced I mean as one of the best nti e best mu amuko league no ya nanka for the information ba ya oni achi no hwe anya ni nya na nke yamba.
You can't be an armchair journalist and you know. But whatever that you yet, you know, we need to also do our private investigations. We need to find out the truth. We need to be fair. We need to be balanced. We need to, you know, do all these things: fairness, truthful, accuracy, balance, and stuff. That is our ethics.
Because among all the other policies now, bending yasisia and there, Sanka will be back so Fabia Campa, dear Nanka, school feeding.
Yeah.
Because the man crab Ska mo so mo dia to mi kakre na nkola no kwa akoko shrimps me se mi gina ho me hu si akoto shrimps ni ya blend shrimps ne dia afraid duane no na wo akobusa venison shrimp na bo
monko boarding
police ne dia ye be se mu nuane se nka ene dia nka man nkoko kra ye nkofa another one I feel se nka benya bibi wo ho ne yaka na unuam se economy dia one of the best economy so far. CSA yako B.
For 2 minutes, try no mame. Wada Roma.
Yako B dia me feel senke say better crossing sir. Hwe uko agriculture. Me free ko fo dua bay me twa mu fa Medina the real easily one. O ba be hu say na ma me bi tutu bode wo ho. Na nka yo no nko a. Before be di UBA no. Ba say no makoye miensa. Cause adwuma na chese bode na ba. Ne bonso ayefo. Obiana a creative ripple employment and obia bem. The economy ne dear. I don't know baby how befa. Na say yeah petrol almost so matiti sui. Abayina ngasaji e kanafa.
Yeah.
I just anga na say ki ntimi mfa trotro. Omo a ye nuane ma no so ekofa ne ma wo kwan so omo. Ka ne yantu mu bi omu ye. Ye nua ba ako. Oton ade a wo kedi market.
Okay.
Ne ma no kofa wo shame ne ba. O si price omo gine no ana omo gine.
Okay.
Abai na je shocks no. Enti wa hu economy ne de. So far so good. I think that this is one of the best.
Okay.
The best abai ne say enki ye ka se economy ye de ko ntwa na ni. Ye se ade wo fi ye. Ye se economy no nanka nipa na wo party ni mu no nso eboa no. Na ko ntwa na ni hwe wo kakra. Ye nim say policies ne de. Do no ya ode aba na ehu ye hwiam.
Okay.
Nanka ye ntwa efio fo no so bre na ye party fo no no ntwa na ni hwe wo mu. Said ye ka say ye policies be bra ye yin.
Kwaku o ye secretary man ya ko no. Trust me.
O ntwa na ni mehwe party fo no. Me mfa mani nkosi obi so. Ye nua ye madi. Oh yeah, election director or national. Obi bebusa se ono so ye ne dey. Obi abeka so offer me dey anu afa. Not because call ne fa na ye ne dey oni adwuma bia. Say nka watu nu ho aye se oye party adwuma yi. Ni apeso something sustainable. Say unso die ni. Nti ka every busumi bia no nso dia benya wo mu ni. Say ni e ko opposition na.
Na bibi say ni ho.
Mesi aho chi e be kosa branch no so no. Diani obedi krabedi na make na dia na me so make me dia I cuts across
it is true
wahu yenso ne de party aba power me wahu aban na ye so well so good so well but the be me pillars na ye den ne ye kan every constituency bia na chese ye nsuo nom nsuo esi hoi na ya penipa bi ono nso ye party ni wo ho nso je na ye it should cut across all the regions ye be se omo na we di ye kan no so ya ne ye boy ye deputy finance minister ye bo na ba so
Kwame Kwache and also Nkrumah. Up next, no, the young clinic and everywhere. Kwame Makudin Komoka Kraya Ba. Nyakek the bed to the Casiabono Atwaso Ediamao. And the farmers and Kefidiano, Manena Hea. Nyamea Duma, which Nana Paso on Ghana's #1 television, CTV. So between 7 and 10 minutes, Bishia, Nayedin Komo. Have a very wonderful and good evening.
Check your siapa nefi. Zia Natural Clinic. Dodo naso nim ye say ye frɛ Dr. 3 days. Enti no ye din no de oti 3 days ana che say how bi eda osu bia na ye de aduro kan no. Ye de ye wogidie say aduro na edo papa. Afi ede ba ko mienu miensa no de ese utumi say nipadua no ye den kasa. Eni kwan say nipa ode aduro so obenum aduro no saa unhu hwe da bi. Zia Natural Clinic de anya saa na ye de ne tie. Enti yale bia ha obi ade ka ne se for ni kire yaso ya afi na yenhwe. Ghana ha ye kase mu pa e wo Kumasi etimetim Lumba Junction. Kumasi etimetim Lumba Junction. Oho ana ye fie kase mu pa e wo. Na so wo bankran ha dia ye wo Kasua. Ye wo Kasua Tuba Cafe Junction. FM. Kasua Tuba Cafe Junction. Afi ni go prampramfo Omo be Ashama na so betumi no na kire Ashama Christian Village. Ashama Christian Village. Na freye afi na enu edin komo. Ha woni se ne tebia enu bedin komo na yenhihye. Na so atimi ababi. 0246 59 41 14 0246 59 41 17. Aniti fa no ba no to ho. Na fe yale a mebbo so no odi ati saa na wape kira kwan. Zia Natural Clinic de blona nim ye se ye frɛ Dr. 3 days no. Ye dwumadi a ye di ne se menua ebia odofo bi wadamfo bi o papa bi unabi stroke agina tenefie. De bia meka se Zia fo de ka se stroke yale a ya na egu ni penimase. Se bio agi time ebre afise nipa na stroke aya na wontumi nya no hwe no. Agise mu po bi e ma no atani tu e ha adwene ye papa de na ha adwene pa so ni se stroke bi wo bu sa ye nipa no anfise nipa no kra bi ajanan kra ba wo hu junso ba wo hu no e ahumete mesrawo wo nipa bi sa wonnimu no wonni ti mantem mpo e bia na wachinechine bebre e de akọ babia hodo bebre akọji aduro nanso enkosi aga eni timi kan yi because oh doctor heba de yakobia nanso enyama nkoyi nanso mpenifo si ye tietia nso fimu na yakosa nso pa eni ti afi na ye de bre ne du se be sa wayale enti de make kan se menua dofo otiemia entena se for ni Zia Natural Clinic yesa kasem bi se bi odi odafo mu esu no ye ntimi san fa ba ye de embo ni tirim e de entia umo yale yesa de sikasem yire o de bi zianfo ye nya ni sa uba ye no be ye nhihye ye de do kan ni pedua na ama ni pedua na kasa ansa kra na ye no na akasikasem enti umpe wo pedien enti fasa stroke ni pa na ye den ebre na mfa edro ni kan no na nyama enkoye obetimi afa 0246 59 41 17 0246 59 4117 na enu din komo menu adofo tiemi ebia wodi ne eye wani ene hawo eni yale eto de bia aya na ye nsem bebre te se wani hawa uji hwenje asa dia wo sa high lawyer just obi na pro mu first na nka bible no na kan ye pa ba sisi ade asa ya no ni wisu ewise uzu nti every month man ka se bo esi wani so da bi hawo kese ene eda wani so ebroni fe bibi se cataract asanjifo fe ne ete anase glaucoma anase pressure bi na beda woni so se ne tie bia me se ye pene wonsuo ensuo bi a ye dia banti Ghana fo se jianfo de mo ya yisem mo kire mo ho ye pene wonsuo a se unumo wa sora no pa no na wodi normal water dia ruo ni tie wie no oni so awie no na wodi sansuo no eden e dia ruo ni so keke me mo just 3 days woni ni se ne tie bia ese eden atimi hunu ade enti brana be so sansuo we hwe ensuo no Ghana fo no bia kra to ne di se eye magic water enti mi odofo otemia brana be gizianfo nsuo bi na weni na hawo no na fa horo so bi na nyama eden enko ye kama mawo odofo otie bi e bia me nua ba wanya walepa watimi awale kama afi ekumafo hwe se fiti busu miensa ekono yefunu be yese pi na so ade mba why wadi se chenchire nchen afi de hwani ma yefu ntimi mba afu kuma fo kra de obo ampe misra ahwa wo kwa ahwe sister na why we di chechirichi na ekọ no he ontumi hu e na otia na odidi sa na wa twetwe misra menu aba sa na otia ensu biom awo eyade bia tudo bia ya na nsem bebre na nso usu bra na begizia bebi ni bi misi last year mi ha mani a enkola dodo etimi afa yawofo so ma wo mo no omo keka ko 40 and sisi akwa sika sem nya se enkola omo di ato ye no yenya sika di ahwe enkola yi enti bra na begibi enti wodi enum ya wo nko na misi bra na begibi enya yisem na ye na nso ye duro eka ene madi kan ka se ye 3 days na die so no enya se ye din keke o eduro no wura ni padua mo afi mu se from day 1 day 2 kono tede mu se bibi kasa sa na ese duro ye den eye djuma ene kwa se unum eduro sa debi enya sa na tie eduro beji wa esi e den aha fa so mami enti misrawo enti na fie enye se ena ye de yabre heba fo yabre mu brana be sohwe na uvanka se odi ho adanse e de akire obi odofo eto da bia eya na wawo wakola akode ohwe na kodu ba bi wo BSS abi okwa obeko university na akola wa start so no mudrobone hadwini papa ade bia ba ye friend tramo tese senia emranti atu agusu a tese enkola ne nsai misrawo sa wo akola bi wo odofo bi a otisa misin na de watene de emfa sa nipa ne mbre bra na begie duro na fa kansa nipa no bra na begie duro na hwe se ensa na nipa ne nom no anase drobone na nipa ne nom no so obesa num bio mase ehu bisi bra na begie duro fa koma odi hye na wafa adrobone no a wonnom a watom tintan a so mfiri mu no bra na begie duro na fa kansa nipa ne se enyama emfiri so ana ani ti dia meka ne se edofo entie ne kwa to anamo ebrasia na Charles Clinic na enyama entumi enkoye emao menu aba anase menu aba ma edofo utie mi abofra bi a woni natena anase ma wo no fufuro ebia wo neba bi ena ne batisa obroni fra bibi cerebral palsy embofra ya wo mamanya for 3 to 4 years eko abofra yi ne kasa ho ani din ontumi nkasa sebi mpo nante hu kra aye ne din na afi abofra ka fa ko ontumi nya no hu bibia na fefo astati omu tro din ewu school ase e de omoko bo nkran ha eti anase Ghana hesesi school na yese abofra no wu na atia 2 years ko 3 years o ne ko school o de yi wanya 3 years ensan se ne nan no ase entene wakafom ena ne kasa kran mba misrawo ensu biomate fa sabo fe we Brazil Natural Clinic ne mfa side do no kan no na no to misi ye pene wo haban ya ye betimi de gu nso mu de adwala abofra yi ye be kire onyama wo be ye de aka abofra no a abofra no betimi asore kasa no no ntumi kasa no ye de e betimi aba amanyama akoye kama misi frese na enu di nkomo 0246 59 41 17 0246 59 41 17 when you abema when you say utie mi pa wo na me no kasa tie mi unse japade anyame dia chewo no na nka first na mu odu pa na so se obeda so bia se kura na ewe ho da bi ekura wi hu enoma nkoye Ghana ni babia no ho pe ade tise kriyon dia make otimase anase o mu pe ade se chalk eni se wo ye be ma otie mi na o japade no esutia na eti se se aka ketekete misrawo anhwa asutro obeje o mpaso no anya asutro ketwa asutro obeje no menu abema me se akohoma na ye bo no tieniye menu abema uti minu so uti patieniye o se mema no ye bo akohoma ayemienu na ebo ba ku se obema oyiri anaso odofo bi sika se akua anase mansa je na afa ye aduane ma ye ndie ba ku susu aye mpaso enti akohoma na ye etu ye odade semo de ene ye mpaso de na nso dade semo de ndie otumi ye ne kama edu mpaso a afi na bema kwa brane wa so regina ufa na wafa adia sana oyiri ase 1990 uhunu yi ana wani efefra wani fra beje dro enti se otumi bibia to nchen na ubu adwuma na ofe udi nsem bi beya no akua na nsem kodwumi boss ma me mpontem enti misisi na ye me ya misra obua enye osisi boss ma opontem onyoma na nkoye enti obema na esu ate aye ketekete no misi ye pede we dru abrana beji bi wa na ebe bisa o se upese di wait ni na etuso ma o ana se open sen se na open no na afi na ye de dru account wan kase mo se untiri na ye den sorry ana se o ye 1 minute man abu wa no hu atimi sorry kama na so se bi okosi ni asesi anu wa ye den wo free ho enkoyie wo de ade no ukra wo ha afia so onfa ma wo machi o fresa yesi ye mo na afi ye di machi ama wa afi no wo dada ho dabi misrawo minu abema utie mi a fa bibia to nche fa fadua to nche wo de oback catch him say doctor Mr. Nano na o ka sem bi wo say more powder be mti you say powder bi ye wo ye fe no quick start ye powder amount kokrofo ni na da ne mrantie omo 70 plus 75 konina no o say omo be say doctor and Nano me say me come asem bi man bia na afi oba ya so e ho oba no te say wo tu say odimu pa wa botakin kama afi man ba afi me bisa no o ka chem say doc me ha pa me tumi mbo adwuma wo me tumi mbo adwuma me afi me kokudo so te ya na eti na me fe ye na sifo ebi na me say hey mo ma quick start no hu say bibi owiase edro ho say be tu ya wo say bi edro ni ho edro ho papa afi man na oye omudi na ko share efe say washroom na say o mbacho quick start wo betime yusu ha na ye pese hunu baby fe man no use within 10 minutes enipa na oba ya afi wakeka na tade ahyem no afi de be na won tutu na teleguzo de ntia enyama peja enyama mma no ho so ete se wan ete se wan tu na tale nguso a emai aha omani be bo nyama so afi man na afi o mani din ei se draw ho me se aha anye se heba fo na na kasa keke o e draw ho bra na be je draw na okokodo nso na ese chalk no na insole ma o untri na ada na afi de asutro na oje ompa so me si jai baji eduro entina fie otie yi obetie ni saa de bia obetie ni saa otire fie untu anamo ade na untu anamo baji edo ma ho to me si 0246 59 4117 0246 59 4117 fresi ya na enu di nkomo me si me pe obi odi chinjie on fresi ya na eni di nkomo na afi na ya challenge si eduro ho to anamo keke na bra me si kumase ye kese pa awotimetim Lumba Junction e ho na ewo itimetim Lumba Junction e ho na ewo o bank ha so a me say your Kasua Tuba Cafe Junction Kasua Tuba Cafe Junction ave ashama fo temafo mo ben ashama ni na so o metimo ne mra che Christian Village Christian